Hello! Happy Crimson Tuesday! I don't know if anyone's here yet or not, but I didn't want to wait because I was so close to being on time. It's 8:01. 8:01. Not bad. Yeah, I don't... Oh, here we go. Good. Mosum, it's good to see you. Hello, hello. It feels weird to me when I get started because I don't know if I'm just talking to myself. Which is okay. I don't actually tend to talk to myself out loud when I'm by myself, so it's good to know there's at least one person here that I'm talking to. Happy Crimson Tuesday. It's an art stream tonight because I won't be able to stream next week. Dan might be able to, so you might get a Dan solo stream. Dan's not sure yet though because he's got all kinds of plans and scheduling and things. So we'll see. We'll see if we're gonna have a stream next week, or we might not. So when I know, you guys will know. Always time for tea. Good evening. Good to see you. Yeah. So this is going to be exciting because we're starting a new piece, and we finished off the pixelated fisherman and his animation sequence last week, and we got to implement it into Adventure Game Studio, which was really exciting. And now, so there is that daytime piece when the fisherman's in the river, and then there was a nighttime piece we completed earlier that was him gutting the fish in front of this campfire. And there's a little scene between those two that is a fish being thrown into a metal bucket. So this famous bucket that we've had in the background for the nighttime scene and for the daytime river scene, it gets to be the star of this next piece. So it's also a close-up, which is kind of nice. And so that's what we're working on today. It's going to be a bit more detail than the other pieces that we've done, which is kind of going to be different, hopefully interesting. Judith Butler's lover, good to see you. Aha! No class tomorrow because of scheduling issues, so you're here. Wonderful. Yeah, we're gonna run the trailer soon enough. Eden Wait 17, huzzah for progress. Yes, progress is good. So what I really like about the fact that we're doing this little close-up bucket fish scene is that it's gonna connect the river scene we just finished to the nighttime camp scene that we did before, and so we're gonna have, a good first little bit of the intro sequence for the game will be completed, which is kind of nice to have that continuation. Yes, Mr. Bucket went on to star in his own kids game. Yes, Mr. Bucket was a kids game that was like a yellow bucket, and you put balls in his head, and they got spat back out his mouth. And Xalavier Nelson Jr. also has a Mr. Bucket character that reoccurs in some of his games. And I did do a Mr. Bucket portrait for Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator. I don't know if it's in the game. I don't know, actually. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. But I did do one, so I don't... If you come upon him in the game, then you'll know. So he does have a Mr. Bucket. Dev update. Speaking of progress, just a Jeffy, good to see you. Good to see you. Speaking of progress, I did make a lot of progress in the game. I didn't actually work on Chapter 5 much this past week because thanks to Francisco Gonzalez of Granislav Games and Dual Names, who is the developer behind Strangeland, they were helping me figure out how to properly use modules in Adventure Game Studio. And modules are super handy in organizing code into different bits and pieces and being able to move them around in different orders, and it's really good for keeping things more organized and not having one global script that's like 30,000 lines long, which was mine at this point. Bucket, yes, hello, good evening, Bucket fans. Yes, if you're a fan of the bucket in this game, this is the stream for you. We're going to be focusing on this bucket super hard, and I have photo reference of buckets that I'll also be using to inspire me to bucket greatness. Yes, who would have figured that talking about buckets would go on a slight tangent? Yes, and hopefully I haven't revealed anything that Xalavier doesn't want revealed. Because I actually don't know if in the portrait selection at the beginning of Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator, if you can actually select that bucket character. So I don't know if he's a secret character or what. Goemon-sama, good to see you. Bucket, yes, Goemon-sama, I've really been enjoying your tweets about your artistic inspirations. Super, super gorgeous stuff. A lot of really gorgeous black and white stuff. I was just actually, speaking of black and white and manga inspirations, I just finished reading Gyo by Junji Ito. That was a weird one. I like Junji Ito a lot. Although I've read Uzumaki and I've read Gyo, and I feel like I think I like his short little horror stories a little bit more, because the long ones, I think the endings sometimes don't feel that satisfactory, because things just get so out of control that there's really no way to rein them back in. But it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a lot of fun to read Junji Ito stuff, and of course the art is amazing. Yes, Jeffrey. This is a bucket stream, the bucket pandering stream. KFC buckets are the best. Yeah, I do. I actually confess, I really like KFC buckets. I like their side dishes too. I like their little pasta salad, and I like their potato salad. And they had a noodle one for a little while, I feel like. I'm not a huge fan of their coleslaw. It's got this weird green color. But otherwise, I do have a weakness for KFC. Yeah, you know what? It probably wasn't 30,000, but it was like 25,000 in the global script, which is not good, and it also made it hard to troubleshoot. So the modules that, Dual Names was here, and actually after stream he was helping me a bit with how to get that all organized, and I was making some really dumb mistakes because I'm a self-taught Adventure Game Studio user, and I'm a self-taught developer person, so I have huge gaps in knowledge, and I wasn't doing something right properly, and I left it alone for a bit, worked on chapter 5, went back to it and realized, oh my gosh, this super elementary thing I was doing incorrectly, just because I don't have a clear idea of what the structure of the whole, like the hierarchy of the structure of how things get run in Adventure Game Studio, and so I was just doing something wrong really basically. But yeah, so I've been spending the past week just organizing a bunch of different functions into a bunch of different modules. Like, modules can have more than one function in them, so I've been trying to do that to kind of keep a lid on the number of functions I have altogether. But it's super helped me sort out the global script, keep it easier to figure things out and organize. So that's really going to be a really good thing going forward. Is Mr. Bucket's first name Charlie? Charlie Bucket. Yeah, it's not. I don't think Mr. Bucket has a first name actually. How you know? Evil Tentacle. Good to see you. Yeah, Gyo is a trip. Yeah. So because with a parser game, and I could have done this part more efficiently, of course, if I was better in programming. But with the parser, there's a lot of, if parser said look painting, then this stuff happens. Like, is there a painting, is there not a painting, whatever, etc. And so there's a lot of if-else statements, and those just piled up because I've got like 8 or 9 characters in the game, and so all of their dialogue was if and else statements, but now they're all tucked away in their own separate modules per character. So one character is like look at Margot, ask Margot, talk to Margot. All those things are in a Margot module now, and every character has their own, so that's way better organized than it was. Mr. Colin P, good to see you. Yeah, Ito's Frankenstein is fantastic. I got a free preview of Ito's Frankenstein because they're giving it away at like a free comics day thing. So I think I've got the first few pages just as its own little leaflet thing. But yeah, it's good to know that you recommend that one. I actually have Tomiya as well, which I have not started. So Uzumaki, Gyo, and Tomiya is going to be my next one. But I think after Gyo, I'm going to take a bit of a Junji Ito break because it's a little bit intense. Goemon-sama also loves his Frankenstein. Hellstar Remina is one of his better continuing stories. Yeah, so that's another one. Yes, Mousemiss, I'm getting dev help. Adventure Game Studio community is amazing. The forums are amazing, and yeah, just like Francisco and Dual Names, just super helpful. Just willing to just pitch in and give me ideas of how to do things and everything. And yeah, I feel so much better about the state of the code now than I did, because it was working, but the problem is when you have like 30,000 lines of code and something goes wrong, there's a lot of like sorting through things, and now that everything's organized better, I feel more confident about how I'm going to be able to finish off the game. So it was a bit of a time investment, but I definitely think it was worth the trouble. And I literally just got it all working. I don't actually even know if I've got it all working right now, because I'm just in the middle of... Today I was testing the game. I'm playing through the game from beginning to end just to make sure that everything is still kind of working as it should. Good evening, Deluxe Tux. Yes, eating with, it's one huge file. Yeah, super not good. Yeah, because I was talking to Francisco and his global script files. Yeah, it was a fraction of that. And now mine is too. It's really been cut down. Ambersine, good to see you as well. Yes, exactly. Always time for D. It would be much easier to troubleshoot and will also help with future projects. And that's what I think. Every time I take the time to make this type of like organizational improvement to the game. I think, my next game will be so much easier now that I've got all like the menus set up and these modules set up. Everything is set up to work pretty much as I want it. And so my next game, of course, will take so much less time. That's never the case because, of course, the next one you want to make bigger and better. But yeah, it's going to leave me with a good foundation to start from at the very least. Jester Jeffy says no switch/case in AGS. You guess I have no idea, Jester Jeffy. Like there could be. I think there is definitely a way to do the parser more efficiently with like indexing or something. I don't really know how it all works. But yeah, what's another thing, speaking of buckets, that is on my bucket list of things after I launch the Crimson Diamond, is I want to learn more programming so that I can program things much more efficiently than I have them now. Because it's still pretty messy. As much as the modules have helped me organize the code, it still could be more efficient. And I'm not really going to be a stickler about efficiency. I'm definitely not trying to fit the whole of the Crimson Diamond onto floppy disks by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, I mean, more efficiency is always welcome. So that's that. So yeah, you know what? I might as well introduce myself. For anyone that's new to stream, welcome. Thank you for coming. Yeah, I stream game art dev, and sometimes with Dan, the musician on the project, I stream music development stuff. And it just so happens we're doing another art stream this week because I won't be able to do next week. It's been we upgrade the introductory sequence graphics. If you download the demo on Steam, which on Steam or on itch.io for Mac OS or for PC, you'll see the introductory sequence of the game is very rough looking still, and so I've just been taking art streams to upgrade that stuff. Is the music playing from the game? Oh, the music is too loud? Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, thanks. Touch too loud? Okay, yeah. I'll dial that down for sure. Yeah, I've been working on this game, and I'm hopefully gonna launch it this year, but the year has been going by distressingly quickly. I can't believe it's practically mid-March already. So we'll see. Trying my best though. Out of 7 chapters, I was still working on chapter 5. And yeah, every time I start working in detail on stuff, I realize I come up with some really good ideas about things to do, which is a good thing and a bad thing because it takes longer to develop things, but sometimes it just makes sense for things to work that way, like something for a character to be or for a place for a character to be or things a character should be doing, and then I'm like, I have to do it this way because it makes the most sense to me that they would do that. So yeah, that's what's kind of happening right now. But yeah, the module stuff, after this preliminary just testing phase to make sure everything's in order, I'll continue back to developing chapter 5. But yeah, the trailer. So yeah, this is an adventure game. It's a text parser adventure game, and it is set in Canada. I'm also set in Canada, in Northern Ontario, and you play Nancy Maple, and you get to go to Crimson Lodge and investigate a diamond claim. I will show the trailer now because Judith Butler's lover is here, and I want to make sure that they get to enjoy the trailer. Because actually, I told you that I recently rewatched and re-listened to the trailer myself. When I play it here for you guys, I don't actually hear the audio, but when I heard it, I did not like it too much. But I know you guys like it, so that's great. I'm grateful that when I play for you guys, I actually don't hear it, and it's just an opportunity for me to take a sip of tea and catch up on messages. But yeah, let's roll that. After we roll that, I'll just do I'll show my cross-stitch progress of the next portrait that I've been working on, and then get into working on our bucket. And after that, we're going to get into let's playing the last half of Darkness. I have a walkthrough. I feel like I've gotten a pretty good impression of what the game is like, and I don't want to spend like hours and hours and weeks just struggling through that game. I want to just see it from beginning to end. And I actually have another game picked out that I'm really excited to start. But if we don't finish last half of Darkness, I won't tell you what game it is I picked. But yeah, I do have something in mind, so I'm kind of excited about that. But yeah, let's move on. I'm going to show the trailer real quick, and then cross stitch, and then Photoshop Mr. Bucket. All right.
Crimson, Ontario was once a prosperous, lively mining town. but that was a long time ago. Now it's quiet, nearly deserted, and some folks aim to keep it that way. Nancy Maple is an aspiring mineralogist, assigned to follow the trail of a dazzling diamond. An intriguing cast of characters has converged under one roof, each meaning to get their own way. Or else. Will Nancy untangle the mysteries and machinations before it's too late? Will the sleepy town of Crimson shine once more? Find out in The Crimson Diamond, an upcoming adventure game by Julia Minamata. The Crimson Diamond demo is available on Steam and itch.io for Windows PC and Mac OS.
Oh wow, I didn't even turn the microphone off that time. You probably heard me taking my sip of tea. Oops. Well, that means I can't forget to turn it back on. And yeah, Nightbot has one of our 10 messages this time around. There is an itch.io bundle for Ukraine that has, like, I think 991 games / other things in it. Among those things are games like Backbone, which is a game set in Vancouver, also in Canada. And I met with the devs in Adventure X at Adventure X 2019 in London, and they were super wonderful people. There's a bunch of other games in there too. It's a really good deal. It's $10 for more games than you'll ever play in your life. And yeah, stuff like, I think Celeste is in it as well, which is probably, it's way too hard for me, but it's gorgeous. And a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I can't even think of what the list is, but and I wish I had when that bundle is coming off of itch.io, but it just started. I think today or yesterday was the first day for that Ukraine bundle. And yeah, if you're interested in games of any type, there's definitely going to be something in there for you. For a fraction of the cost of a single AAA game, you're going to get a bunch of just... I can't even call it a grab bag, because 991 of anything is not really a bag of anything. It's like a... What are those? A container ship? It's a container ship full of games, and it's for a good cause. So I definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I think that's it. That's on timer right now. A grab truck, yes, exactly. Oh, cool. Okay. A palette, yeah, a palette of amazing games for a good cause. Deluxe Tech says Celeste has an accessibility mode up to and including the ability to enable infinite jumps and invincibility at 50% game speed. Okay, that sounds like I could do that. Potentially. Very potentially. Oh, thank you, X Mensa. 9 days, 5 hours left on the bundle for Ukraine at itch.io. For sure. Yeah, it's a complete steal of a deal. And I've just added, I probably, that and the other bundles I've supported in the past. Yeah, I mean, I'm set for life, which is great because I've never really been a fan of AAA games. And I think it's really funny because I've been seeing people talk about Elden Ring, and I don't really talk about, like, AAA games here because I don't play them. But I saw on Twitter, which this kind of blew me away, the fact that Elden Ring doesn't have a pause. Like, you can't pause the game. It's a single player game that you can't pause. And some people enjoy that, but I my God. I knew, even when I first heard of that game, and I knew how well it's been reviewing and everyone loves it, I know it's not for me. And that's okay. And just hearing that it doesn't have a pause button, it's reconfirmed that game is totally not for me. I don't even want to compare it to the Crimson Diamond, but the Crimson Diamond is basically always on pause. The game's neutral state, if you're not moving, is that it's paused. It might not look paused, and you might feel like you have to, like, just put the text parser bar on or go to turn the main menu on to pause it. But literally, anytime you can just walk away. In the middle of a cutscene, you can just walk away because nothing will advance. Unless it's like an animated cutscene and there's no dialogue. But if there's like a dialogue in a cutscene or a text box, you can just walk away at any point. The game is permanently paused, pretty much, unless you perform an action that the game responds to. So very different, of course. I shouldn't even say my name in the same sentence as Elden Ring. But if you enjoy it, I'm so glad that you do. But my gosh, yeah. Always time for teases. Mortal Kombat was like that. If you had to go to the bathroom, you were out of luck. Yeah, yeah, that's it's kind of different from what I like in a game. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, next up, I'm going to quickly show the cross stitch progress of the next portrait that I'm doing, and then we're going to get into our bucket. Just this loving tribute to our bucket. I think that's all I have. I think so. Okay. Let me turn off the chroma key for a second. Okay. So, this is that's oop. I mirrored. Okay, so that's oh my gosh. That guy. Okay, yes. Here is the character of Evan the recluse. This is all his like chin underneath his chin and his chin creases and his overalls. And yeah, this is. I still have to put the light gray in here in this area. And I'm kind of. This is part of my experiment to see if I feel like the light gray and the white are too close together in color. But I haven't put that part in yet. Like this, all this is going to be filled in with the light gray. So that's the progress so far. And yeah, it's so much fun to be working on that. To have that little bit. Deluxe Tech says, yeah, between Crimson Diamond and Elden Ring, one of these games I have been hyped for, and the other one I'm like, eh. Thank you. I appreciate that. So whichever one, whichever one that happens to be, it's just great because there's so many different kinds of games out there, and there's something out there for everybody. And yeah, that's why the bundle for Ukraine, the Itch.io bundle, I look at it and I'm just so excited to try because I love like these little different kinds of unique games. That's more where what I'm interested in, like little 20-minute, 30-minute games maybe, or like big, beautiful, long games. There's a ton of games in there. Developers of all sizes, studios of all sizes have contributed, which is just wonderful and a great deal. Okay, so let us get into Photoshop. And let's start back up that music. And hopefully, let me know if the music's too loud again. Um, hopefully it won't be. Photoshop Control Alt. Okay, so this is Photoshop. And I don't think I have any other. Yeah, there's no other real news that I have to share. But yeah, here is the bucket as it appears right now. This one here, and this is I'll show you the sequence that is animated. So this is the sequence that we'll be eventually doing. Fish. So the fish that was caught in the river gets thrown into this bucket. And I don't know if I'm going to do the vignette this time around or what. But that is what we're doing. And so this is what I came up with on my own. So I did this months ago. Pretty rough. But now that I'm in Photoshop, I'll be able to use like the elliptical marquee tools to make perfect ovals, much the same way that I used for the holiday card and to make the magnifying glass halo behind Nancy's head. We'll be using the elliptical tool on this. Yes, Deluxe Tech Skateboard is in the bundle. Yes, there's a ton of stuff. There's a game called Mortician's Tale by Gabby DeRienzo, who is a fantastic developer, an amazing artist who is based also in Toronto. Her game is in that as well. It's a Laundry Bear Games game, amongst others. I was flipping through the list, and it's exhaustive. There's some, like I said, something for everybody. Oh, Mouse you think Imperfect Oval seems more fitting? It could potentially be more fitting because yeah, we're talking a bucket from the 1900s, and I've gotten some different bucket references here. I've pulled. Some of them are older, some of them are newer. Buckets are pretty evergreen. These buckets are actually, you can buy this 3 set of buckets you can buy on Amazon right now, I believe. So they're not that much different from the buckets from way back when. But it could be that something that's hand done might be better. But I think I want to try the ellipses and see how I feel about those. But you can see each of these has a different style of handle. My handle, I think, is going to be more like this copper bucket, where it's got handles come out the sides, not at the top, because our other views did not have the handle coming up the top, which seems to be more common for a galvanized steel bucket look. Yes, Judith Butler's lover says, if you can't draw perfect geometrical shapes freehand in any perspective and any size, are you really an artist? Yes, when you stare into the bucket stares into you, Jim Makes Games says. Yes. Yeah, that's another thing. This looks like a bit, like, too deep. Too dark. Yeah, Judith Butler's lover, ellipses are kind of my kryptonite. I've never been good at drawing them. Anna CGG, good to see you. Welcome back. You've been missing. You missed the last few streams other than lurking tonight as well. You're working on site. Nice. Near the ocean with sketchy internet. And oh, good. I'm glad you got the card. I'm glad you got the card, Anna. Oh, and says working near the ocean sounds gorgeous. And I hope it's not too. Well, I was about to say I hope it's not too cold, but I know Victoria never gets too cold. But yeah, this is where I got with this. And yeah, it's kind of handy. I'll keep this reference up as well of my little bucket. And actually, I probably would be useful to open up the forest scene as well, because it's good to just have an idea of what that is going to look like, that we can refer to when it's done. Forest scene 3, yeah, here it is. Oh, nice! Jim Makes Games. You can't stay long. You're on holiday tomorrow, but you wanted to pop in and say hi. Thank you so much for coming, Jim Makes Games. Have an excellent holiday. Have a lot of fun. Oh, Sklo1, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. Nice. Okay, so here's our bucket. This is the bucket as it's seen in the other stuff, so that's always good to have handy. So I did do kind of these lines on it, and it's kind of more cylindrical than I would like, but that's okay. So with all this in mind, we're going to work on this. And also just trying to decide, yeah, is there going to be that, is there going to be that marquee, whatever this is called again. I used this word earlier today, now I can't remember. The vignette. Yes, hope y'all have a bucket of fun. I hope so. Okay, so let's get to work on this. And first, I might even just, I'll start with a new layer, and start with that elliptical marquee tool. And actually I should start with the right colors. That would also be probably pretty helpful. Okay. So something like this I might do. Actually, I think I want to make that oval wider. And I will shift it. Okay. And stroke. And I really do love this tool because it's super, super handy. Let's do 4 pixels. So that's the perfect version of that. And what I might do actually is I might cancel out the other one so we can just kind of stick that right on top. No, anti-alias. Gross. Aha! Nice. Bilkun has, for references for other barn equipment from the late 1800s, here's an 1886 photograph by Adam Diston called Cutting a Sunbeam. It is wonderful. Ooh, I'm going to take a look. Wikimedia. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Wow. Wow. Is that I can't even... Is that a painting? That's a photograph. That's fantastic. And the composition is really gorgeous. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Welcome, thank you for that. Goemon Sama, you also like stroke? Yeah. Yeah, I love these tools. And maybe, I started drawing this with Medibang paint. So it's very well possible that there is some kind of tool that is similar to this. Oh, wait, tolerance is too high. That is similar to this elliptical marquee tool thing in other programs, but I'm just so used to Photoshop. Oh yeah, I like that. I like this. I do prefer the perfectly round. Yeah, just Jeffy's right. That with that old photography, that girl must have stayed very, very still. Yeah, it used to take. It's a great photo though, it's beautiful. Oops. It's on the wrong layer. Yeah, I do think I quite like how that is turning out. So this is pretty decent. And let's look at those references I grabbed. Yeah, there's definitely... And I probably won't even bother to do that with the bottom ellipses. It's you can barely see it, so it's not really worth it. But the biggest concern with this piece is going to be that handle. I made the handle pretty thick when you compare it to the one that's in the forest scene. Oh, actually, this ellipses is a little off center, I think. Right. Oops. Yes, that photo is a miracle. That girl's smiling. Anyone want to guess how long that girl had to stand still for the 1886 photograph to be that clear? A number of minutes. I have no idea how long that stuff used to take. Let's see. Yeah, so this... With the other views of this bucket, I didn't really have to worry too much about how it was actually attached, but now I'm going to have to really concentrate on that. And the closest I have, I think, is this one. So I'm going to have to come up with something like that. Or I should have, you know what I should have done? Is let me look for a wooden handled bucket just real quick. Because I feel like I must have had one, otherwise I don't know why I did it this way. Control tab. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to quickly look for a bucket. Wooden handled steel bucket. Give me a second. No wooden handle. Oh, you know what? Yeah, they never look like what I have. Because the wooden handle only ever seems to extend to where the person would be gripping it. Well. I'm certainly not changing mine at this stage. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I was thinking in a very cartoon way. And not very realistic. Fine. We're gonna completely fake this. Okay. Hey Fractal Mind Mike, great to see you. Yeah, Jim Makes Games could be a rope handle. I'm gonna shout out Fractal Mind Mike. Fractal Mind Mike. Amazing streamer, thanks for coming. That didn't work. Oh, no, it did. Okay, good. But yeah, so this handle is going to require considerable overhauling, but I will keep it unrealistically wooden because I've already kind of committed myself. The bucket's already in two other scenes, or maybe I can just completely change it. Hold on. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna grab a photo reference of the bucket, and I might just go back. It's not gonna be too big a deal to go back and change the bucket in the other scenes because I can just paste it on top of the other buckets that I have. It's just gonna be really funny. Control tab. Wood handled steel bucket. Yeah, the bucket is gonna get a patch update. Because my conscience really can't allow me to not do this properly. But yeah, I'll get some reference here. Because also I feel not only do I feel like my conscience won't let me, but also I feel like too lazy to make it up myself. So if I have reference, I don't have to invent anything, and I can just be lazy. Antique. Oh, antique steel This is nice. Oh, that looks a lot like the bucket I have. Okay, good. Inventing things is... What's an AVI image file? I've never even heard of that. Well, you're going to get a screen cap. I've never heard of an AV. I'm not in Photoshop yet. I'll tell you guys when you can start yelling at me for not being in Photoshop. I just had to screenshot an AVI, whatever that is. AV1. Jeez. Okay. Control Alt. Back in Photoshop. Yeah, it's AV. Oh, sorry. Yeah, X-Men says AVIQ. Yeah, it's a weird file format that I've actually never seen. The one that I've seen crop up more is WebP, which I also don't like. Okay, so here's our new thing that we're gonna do. We are going to. I will visually update the other buckets, and it won't be too big of a deal. We want something realistic. Yeah, no, AVI is a video file format, but this was a visual file format. That was a different thing. JFIF, I've never even heard of that one. Jim Makes Games. The one I don't like a lot, that I had a lot of difficulty with, was on iPhones. They have an HEIC file format for photos, which is very, very, very annoying. Yeah, it was some other kind of file format, this bucket. Oh, you found one Deluxe Talks. Let's see. Yeah, that one's a bit on the older side. Yeah, that wooden bucket. It's very tempting, but I'm just, you know what? We're gonna be lazy and not lazy at the same time, and I think the sum of that will be better. So this is gonna be our model for the bucket. Oh, well, okay, X-Men says it's AVIF, not AVIQ. You ran into that at the office a couple weeks back. What are these file formats exactly? Why are they doing this? Do they do that to make life difficult? Because I feel like they do. Okay, we're gonna overhaul this. We're gonna overhaul this completely. Maybe this is why the game is delayed. Is because I just keep doing this. Never mind. Never mind. Just Jimmy's game says, yay file formats, yay file formats. So fun. I'll be like an old person right now and say we don't need any more new file formats. We have enough. Okay. I like PNGs. That's probably my favorite. PNGs are nice. Don't give me AVIFs. I don't want HEICs. Don't give me a WebP, because I'll just screen cap it. I can just do that. That's in my power. It's not stopping me. It's just annoying me. Jim Makes Game says, I think it goes something like this. There are 6 competing standards, so we're going to make a new universal standard, and then there were 7 competing standards. Yeah. Oh, X-Men says just better compression. Yeah, I just want original files. Just give me the original. Yes, as they say, the nice things about standards is that there are so many to choose from. Ugh. Grindislav, wonderful, good to see you. I was just thanking you earlier on. I was thanking you in dual names. I made the migration. I've gotten into modules now. You guys helped me so much to figure that stuff out. And now my global script is no longer 25 to 30,000 lines long. It is now a manageable size, and everything is better organized. So thank you for that. You guys are awesome. Because I was actually on on Grundislav's Wild West Wednesdays, which are at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, I was I was asking Grundislav questions on his channel about modules and stuff. But yeah, it's so much better organized now, and so I feel a lot better about that. Um, yeah, it's just there's so many ways that the game has been improved because of other AGS devs. Like Dave Gilbert was, he's the one who convinced me to go from like an 8-bit game to I think it's a 16-bit game now. Because from a technical standpoint, it's just way more compatible, and it's way fewer headaches. So yeah, I really appreciate other devs looking out for me and helping me to make things easier for me in the long run. Helping handstand. Bill Kuhn says he's got a helping handstand on the way home. Magnifying glass 2 arms with alligator clips to hold stuff in place, and soldering iron holster. You're using it tonight to start a new small project, assembling a circuit board kit to use CF cards as hard drives in an 8-bit ISA slot. I've seen stuff like that before. I really love that magnifying aspect of stuff with clamps and everything. But I don't really do technical stuff. I would do like polishing of polymer clay, and I would be looking carefully at the surface for that reason. But yeah, we're gonna do a patch update on this bucket because no one can stop us. So let's do this side more first. Oops. Of course, Grundislav is working on Rosewater, which is in development. And any idea, Grundislav, what you will be streaming tomorrow? Is there water in the bucket to keep the fish fresh? Mousemas, I don't know. I hadn't thought about it because I don't do fishing. But is that general practice for fishermen to do? Any fisher people out there who can help with that aspect of it? Because I really don't know. I didn't realize that's a thing. Same background as last week. Nice. Nice. Yes, and yes, Grundislav's Rosewater game has SAG-AFTRA, so Grundislav will be hiring Screen Actors Guild voice actors and things, which is awesome. I don't know how involved is that process, Grundislav? Real fishermen conk him over the head and eat them raw right off the line. See, if he had done that, I don't know. Well, I guess he would have found the diamond, but maybe he would have tried to crunch down on it, which would have been awful. Yeah, I am curious about the process of how you got that union help. Oh, okay. Danny Danger Booba Fett. Welcome to stream. And most fishermen, hello by the way, yes. Most fishermen keep the fish tied by the gills and in the water. Okay, I gotcha. Oh, Sklo1. Since Apple made HEIC default for photos on iOS, I've had to deal with clients every day sending documents from iPhones, not understanding why the images have been rejected, nor my basic instructions on how to change it. Nightmare. Yeah, it's a nightmare. When I was in London for Adventure X in 2019, I didn't realize that I was taking all my photos in HEIC format, and I was very bothered by that. It was super annoying. I think I ended up like finding some kind of conversion thing on the web or something to do that. And then I changed it to not do that. Grinslav, you let me know when to... Yeah, it's really cool that you would be able to get the SAG-AFTRA stuff going. And yes, Nightbot again has put up the Itch.io bundle for Ukraine by Necrosoft. It's a fantastic bundle, and I have already bought it. It's only been up for like a day, and it's already made like $1 million and something. So yeah. And iBot had just thrown up my links, which, of course, the Crimson Diamond demo, the latest version is available on Steam and on itch.io. Speaking of itch.io. And although Dan's Ragtime Loop is not in this latest version, it will be in the next version, which will be coming out at some point. But I have no idea when, because I want to finish Chapter 5 first, and then I have a bunch of stuff to respond to, feedback and stuff from beta testers, so it'll be a little while before the new one is coming out. Yeah, it looks like Grindislav is running a union joint over there, so it's going to be really exciting to see how that works with your casting. And do you know of other adventure game devs who also do that? Who do the SAG-AFTRA thing? Did you have to apply for that? I don't know how these things work. Sparkle Mind Mike says, this is going to be one of the finest pixel art buckets ever created. Huh. Okay, in theory, being cast in Rosewater could help a voice actor get a SAG card now. Oh, that's cool. Awesome. So actually, I can't just do... I have to actually keep in mind the angle that this is at, which I don't usually do. So I'm going to have to put more at the top here, I think, for this. See more of that top edge of whatever the bucket is doing. And I will say my same mantra that I've been saying to you guys all through working on the art for this intro segment is... oh, this will only be on screen for a few seconds. It doesn't have to look that good. So that's what I'm going to say now. And so that's there. So the diagonal would be here. Yeah. I suppose it might be fun to ask chat what they think my next Let's Play game will be, because I did tell you I picked one. Oh please, no, Grindislav, I was asking those same union questions. I would love you to answer, Grindislav. I want to know like the process of getting your game SAG-AFTRA, I guess, registered, or I don't even know the right words for it. I'm curious, because, you know, like in other adventure game devs who could potentially be, you know, in stream would be also interested to know. Deluxe Tux wants a hint of the game that I've selected to play for my next LP. It is another EGA game. That is the hint. That's the first hint. Yes. Sing the Internationale. I don't know the Internationale. Because yes, should other game devs want to explore getting the SAG-AFTRA thing and the benefits and stuff. Yes. Yeah, an EGA game that narrows it down to, what, 2,000 or 3,000. Your next game will be Hugo's House Trilogy or Zack McCracken. Those are your guesses. It's neither of those games. It's a game I've never played before, but I've wanted to play. I guess Canadian schools are behind on their socialist protest songs. Yeah, we didn't learn that one in school. We learned a lot of Canadian folk tunes, but we missed out on the Internationale and others. It's an adventure game, it's EGA. It's not a house game, though. It's not based in and around a house. Does it have a parser? No, it does not have a parser. Yes, it's like 20 questions. Yes. Yes. And okay, and then there's like a couple screw things here. Oh, there's a seam here. That's good to know. I wonder if there's a significance to there being a seam on the bucket right where the handle is. But that's good. It's good because it gives us some other, like another, like detail on this. Oops. All these little details really help. This is why it's so handy to have photo reference. Do you wear a leisure suit in this game? No, Deluxe X, you do not wear a leisure suit in this game. More hints. Okay, EGA adventure game, not a text parser. EGA. Okay, this might be I don't know if this would be a big hint or not, but it is an EGA game, but it comes in different versions. But I'm choosing to play the EGA version. Does it involve pirates and monkeys? It involves neither. Maniac Mansion is not Maniac Mansion. So Grindislav's saying about the SAG-AFTRA thing. So basically I just filled out some paperwork with the union. The low budget agreement requires your budget to be less than 1.5 million, which wasn't a problem at all. Non-union actors can still work on it, yes, but I plan on just reaching out to talent agencies for casting on this project. Really cool. I have, and Grindslav does have a few non-union folk from Lamplight City returning. Judith Butler's lover is asking, "Is it Elden Ring?" And yeah, yeah, it's not Elden Ring. I'm sorry to disappoint anyone who is looking for their Elden Ring fix, because you're definitely not going to find it here. Very, very, very good guess though, Judith Butler's lover. It's just one of those things where, you know how sometimes you'll see a movie trailer and then you think, oh my gosh, I don't think that's for me. I don't get the impression that it is. And then you learn more about the thing and then you realize you were completely right in your assessment. That's how I feel about the Elden Ring thing. But like I said, I don't know how much Elden Ring costs, but for the price of an Elden Ring, you can get 991 games from that the Ukraine bundle at Itch.io for a fraction. Okay, narrowed it down to 1,500 titles, give or take. Fractal Mind Mike says, this is not the game guest, but I want to recommend Sid Meier's Covert Action to you as an interesting take on a procedural stories, interesting puzzles and stuff, and cool EGA art. Ooh, it's less an adventure game, but still has adventure elements. Ooh, interesting. You know what? Definitely gonna write it down. Cause you know I love my EGA, and I'm kind of hoping to keep my Let's Plays to EGA games. Because I feel like I don't just enjoy playing through them. I actually also enjoy kind of looking at the art and giving my thoughts on the way they do EGA art. So yes, I'm always on the hunt for more EGA games. Tex Murphy, Mean Street fits the bill, but I doubt it's that. Deluxe Talks, that's a very good guess. I have played Tex Murphy's Mean Streets, like the first one. I rented it. My dad rented it from CompuLibrary, I believe, back when that was a thing. And it is not Mean Streets, but excellent guess. Actually, I think I need to shift it a bit over again. Slow One was about to joke Doom. Yes, always time for T-sets. Just found an EGA mod for Doom. It's not Doom. It's not Sid Meier's Pirates. Loom is an excellent guess, the Deluxe Talks. It is not Loom. Because yes, if I was going to play Loom, I would definitely want the EGA version of that, which is very. It's sad to say is that that one's harder to come by, but I would. That's one I would want. Very good guess. Oh, Covert Action is on GOG. Fantastic, fantastic. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever played a Sid Meier game. I've never really even played Civilization, so I would love to play something that's a Sid Meier game. Because that's very interesting to me. Jester Jeff is wondering if there was an EGA version of Mean Streets. I actually, come to think of it, I don't know. I did play the VGA version of Mean Streets. And Fractal Mind Mike has guessed correctly Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, the adventure game. Absolutely, that is what I've decided to play. The VGA version of the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade adventure game is available on GOG. I have bought it. It's in my library. It's $6.69. Very good guess. Woohoo! There's no prize associated to guessing that except bragging rights. But yeah, it's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, $6.69. That's their regular price on GOG. If you wait for a sale, maybe you can get it cheaper. I don't know if I've seen it on sale. I might have bought it on sale. But yes, I have the VGA version, but the magic of the internet as it is, I have acquired a copy of the EGA version, and that is what I'll be playing. And I'm super excited. I've never played it. It's a LucasArts game. I figure it's gonna be a high quality game. I can't wait to see the art. Super, super, super pumped to give that a shot. Alf Lucas, happy Crimson Tuesday to you. Yes, and thank you for being here to help me finish the fisherman scene. Oh wow, Lucas, you're on spring break now till March 21st. Awesome. And no apologies for being quiet. You know, it's just nice to have people here. And if people don't really feel like saying anything, that's cool too. Often when I go on streams, I don't say anything. Always time for teases. Is there any deal.com is the best way to check for sales history for many websites? Oh no, it's one of the more brutal LucasArts Lucasfilm games. Oh no. Any game where you get to punch Hitler is okay in my book. I'm hoping that my familiarity with the story from the movie Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade will help me with this. But yeah, I'm super looking forward to playing it, having never played it. I love that movie. So I feel like it's time to play it. Are there like a lot of soft locks in this game? Like what makes this difficult? There's a lot of action sequences. No, Bill couldn't. I've never played Last Crusade. Oh no, boxing section's great. I'm scared. Oh, okay, I know what okay, so these little, the rivets are for keeping the handle on. I can see that now. That's why they're there. I find that sometimes, to actually understand something, it helps to draw it. And so that's what I'm kind of experiencing now, which is kind of nice. Action sequences, you can bypass them if you figure out some stuff. Mostly, if you recall correctly, you've only beaten it once. Did you need hints, Fractal Mind Mike, to finish this game? Because I feel like I will. I'm not good at this stuff. I'm not a professional like you. Sakanako, good to see you. Good evening. Okay, so the handle is being held on by these rivet things, which is really nice. Okay, good. Yes. So I'm really pumped to play in it. But first we're going to play through Last Half of Darkness. I have a walkthrough that I will be playing through because I do want to see the whole game. Oh, you needed hints? Okay, spent 2 or 3 episodes in one area. Oh boy. Oh wow. Grindeslav says, I remember seeing a friend's dad playing Last Crusade on a black and white Mac when I was like 6. That may have been one of the first times I saw an adventure game. Woo! Deluxe Tux also has owns the Last Crusade, but has not played it. Yeah, I've had the game in my my GOG library for a really long time, so I definitely feel like it'll be time to play it soon. And considering I really enjoy LucasArts games, so it's kind of surprising. I'm surprised myself that I haven't gotten around to it. There are a fair amount of like games that I played after after just like way later. So Conquest of Camelot is something I played way later, as well as Gabriel Knight. I had never played Gabriel Knight back in the day. So it's nice to be able to go back and revisit this stuff. And to have that option, really. I mean, PC games, wonderful. And I've played bits, I think, of Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, but I don't think I'm going to be going back to that one. My friend owned it, so I played only a bit. But it's not EGA, so, Fractal Mind Monk says, if you don't mind, very minor spoilers, I can post my stats card for Last Crusade. Stats? There are stats? Always time for tea. Thank you for dropping by. It's always good to see you. It always is time for tea. I love tea. All kinds of tea. Good to see you. Have a good rest of your week. Alright, so... See, the funny thing is, looking at the bucket, I only see a seam on that side. I don't see a seam on this side for the bucket. So I don't... Although there is like a weird, I can see a weird, like a kind of a seam, but not on the outside, on the inside. So I don't know if I'll do that. It looks like probably it's probably double layered, I think, and the inside is what's sealed somehow. So I'm probably gonna stick with that. H.C. Willard, yes, it's Bucket Simulator. Welcome back. Yeah, this is the famous bucket that's been in this forest scene. Our forest scene here. It's been in the nighttime scene that we also worked on, and now it gets to star in a scene of its own. Although, now having really looked at these bucket references, I'm going to have to go back and change these buckets because they're not going to be visually consistent. But it's not going to take too long because they are pretty tiny. See, this song we did in school, Judith Butler's Lover. We did En Roulant, Ma Boule Roulant. We did not do the Internationale. Dokun says, the Fate of Atlantis is at least twice as good as The Last Crusade already is. You should play The Fate of Atlantis afterward with the voice acting. It is a gorgeous game. Did they have an EGA version of Fate of Atlantis? I kind of doubt it. Sakna Cow asks, does it ever end up in your inventory, the bucket? And I don't think so. I don't think you get a bucket in this game, as far as I know. Kegan has bucket. Yes, the bucket is belonging to only the fishermen, and I don't. The game does not require you to have a bucket. There is a bucket in the game that isn't the fisherman's bucket. There's a bucket in the closet. If you play the if you play the demo, there's a bucket in the upstairs closet, but you don't need it, and you can't pick it up. Jester Jeffrey wonders which audio track is default for the GOG version of Last Crusade. I actually don't know. I'm not sure at all. And I don't know what the sound settings are for the EGA version either. Judith Butler's Lover asks, disgrace to education, did you ever march in perfect unison to this? Yeah, En Roulant, Ma Boule Roulant, it's not really that good for marching. En Roulant, Ma Boule Roulant, En Roulant, Ma Boule. Yeah, it doesn't have the rhythm that we need. We didn't dance. Oh, you know what? We did do folk dancing in elementary school. Yeah, no marching. There was no marching in school. Okay, ad lib, you think, just to Jeffy? Yeah, I don't know what about even the EGA version, so we're gonna find out together. It'll be nice to play a game that could have music in it, considering Personal Nightmare did not, and neither does Last Half of Darkness, really. Okay, so let's see. So we have the bucket. The bucket looks like it needs to be taller, too. So we're gonna do that as well. You can see that also if you look at my layers thumbnails, I also grabbed the other scene, which was this scene. I started working on this part for when he guts the fish. Here's that. I started working on that. Looking kind of fishy. But that'll be for another day. Yeah, the bucket needs to be taller, I feel like. Although it is foreshortened. It looks weird. Maybe if I make I'll take away all the ridges, because that could be what's kind of messing me up here. So let's just get rid of those. H.G. Willard says, is it too late to shift your game to a heavily bucket-related story? I think at this point, it's probably too late. I'm in chapter 5. I'm working on chapter 5 right now of 7. So to make the bucket the main character would be a bit of a shift. Although, you know, there could be like an alternate ending where the bucket has a bigger role. Or maybe, you know, they could be like an after credit sequence where it's been the bucket all along or something, you know. That is the glory and the danger of being a solo dev, as you make all those decisions on your own, for better or for worse. Yes, graphic fish guts, Fractal Mind Mike. Ah, fill that bucket with fish guts. Is fish guts called bunk? Is that where that saying comes from? It's bunk. So you could have a bucket. I could put a bucket on Nancy's head. Yes, that could also happen. Sklo, yes, spin-off Bucket gets its own game. Crimson Bucket. The Crimson Bucket. I still want this bucket to be... You know what? I'm going to test it by making it a bit taller, but it's probably a mistake. Crimson Bucket 2, Bucket of Mystery. Well, I'll try to make sure that there's a bucket in all the games. I say that now, all the games. There's not even one game yet. Yeah, I think I want it taller. It's pronounced bouquet. I never saw that show. I forget what it's called. Hyacinth Bouquet and all that. I never... Yeah, I think that's gonna help. Oh, you don't think many people call it that? You just like the word... I like the word bunk as well. I like talking like with old-timey sayings. That's a lot of bunk. That's hogwash. That's, you know... What's this rigmarole? Donnybrook. Keeping up appearances. Thank you, H.C. Willard. Yes, Last Crusade going all in with an unprecedented 15-verb interface. Yeah, I think that's before they started cutting back on those verbs, realizing that they had done too many. You know, if I had been smart, which I was not. Oh yeah, did I keep the oval as a separate layer? Yes, I did. Oval. Because that's going to be useful for the rest of this bucket. Okay. Lucas says you can make an EGA platformer knockoff of Cuphead called Buckethead. Man, what would it take to get me to make a platformer? I don't even know where to begin. Well, I guess there are probably things that make it easier to do that, like in Unity or something. So let us work on it does have grooves in it, which helps with the bucketness of the bucket. So let's use the oval that we have already. Oval copy. And yeah, of course I already drew on it. It's fine. Hey Gunderwood, good to see you. How cool would it be if there was a mysterious eye staring at you from the bucket, blinking? Yes, that sounds like something from a Junji Ito manga. Having just finished Gyo, which was awful. Well, not awful. It was awful in a good way. Yeah, it's just a gigantic eyeball in a bucket. Bum. What's interesting about this lighting? Mine is not going to be as complicated as that. Yeah, Malarkey is also a good one, just a Jeffy. Yeah, drawing tiles for a platformer could be fun. Like that, tile sets, I really respect tile sets, and I think they are really cool. Let's also put some. So I'm using a layer underneath the oval, so that I can easily put a nice shadow underneath. Grinderode says, I can't read Junji Ito, fills me with a lot of dread. Yes, yeah, that's why I ordered Tomie and I ordered Gyo, and I just finished Gyo, and I don't feel like I want to dive immediately into Tomie because it just feels like I need to take a break. Exactly, I know exactly what you feel like with that. It's pretty intense. Although Junji Ito did do this adorable manga of his home life with his cats, including photographs of the cats, and that's lovely. Oh, and I did finish, I don't know if I mentioned, I was reading the Studio Ghibli, the Miyazaki book called Starting Point. The second book is called Turning Point. But the first book is called Starting Point, and it kind of covers his very early career as an animator, and then to the establishment of Studio Ghibli. And that was a lot of fun. Because what it is, it's a bunch of translated interviews that he did from like the 80s and 90s and stuff about his work and the work of other people, and it kind of gives you an insight of the kind of person Miyazaki is in a way that that I had not seen before, really. All like translated interviews and other people other creative like creators talking about him as well. And yeah, it was a nice book, and I've got the second book already. I have it on my shelf, or figuratively speaking, on my shelf. The second book is from 1994 or 96 onward. Grindelwald, you like Uzumaki the most? Yeah, Uzumaki was my first one. But then again, would not read again. I only started reading Junji Ito pretty late. It's funny because he came to Toronto Comic Arts Festival one year, and I did not I didn't get anything signed by him or anything like that. It's kind of a missed opportunity. Oh, Jessica Jeffrey said, Flucus, I like the idea of platformer that sneaks in point and click elements. Make people think they're playing an action platformer when in fact they're playing an adventure game. Oh, that'd be awesome. Fractal Mind Mike asks, how many cats are in the Crimson Diamond? That's a good question, because I don't have any cats in the Crimson Diamond, but I want to have a cat in the Crimson Diamond. It's it's like a figurative stretch goal or something. That would be super cute. Actually, I think this whole thing needs to be moved up. Yes, I think a cat would be super cute to have in the game. And Do the Butler's Lover, you also have both books. Yeah, so Starting Point and Turning Point, the Miyazaki books. And asks, have you watched The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness? I have. And it's fantastic. And have Judith Butler's Lover and anyone else, there was an NHK documentary. It was a 4-part documentary that was like a anniversary of some anniversary, some Studio Ghibli anniversary or something. And it's in Japanese, but it's got English subtitles. And Judith Butler's Lover, if you have not seen it, I definitely recommend seeking it out. It is really, really, really good. I'm sure you must have seen it, but that was also a really, really good look into his creative process and working with other people. Oh, in fact, my Gear Adventure game is going to have cats. Yeah, I want to have cats in my game. In fact, my Redeem show a watercolor cat card. Wonderful. Yes, you can ask for cats by redemption. Yeah, Judith Butler's Lover. Yeah, you have not yet. I think it was NHK I want to say 10th anniversary of something or other. But yeah, you can watch it for free on NHK World, I think maybe. Yes, highly recommend it. Wonderful, wonderful. No, yeah, I'm definitely gonna. I think we're due for a little bit of a break. Control. Okay. I have one down here with me right now. Okay. Hair on neck. Okay. Actually, this necklace is one that I made myself. I think I've shown it before. It is made with seed beads, so I'm going to do that first. This necklace I made out of size 11 seed beads. Oh, the color. The lighting is not doing it any favors. No, I don't think it's too close. There we go. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So it is, I think, 16 strands of, I think, 5 or 6 different colors that I kind of put randomly but also with purpose, and then pleated together. And now I'm out of focus. Okay. But and then so I strung it on wire, so that's why it's this firm. But I think the wire I didn't leave enough slack on the wire, which kind of bothers me. But another one of my hobbies, my craft hobbies. Yes, this was very time consuming, and although to restring it was not as time consuming. This used to be on like a cord, which is like a thread, but I wanted it to have a better, like, hold its shape better, which it does, but yeah, I didn't give it enough slack. So I'm probably going to end up restringing this again at some point. Kind of annoying. But yeah, too many things to do to get on that. And now I can't get it back on. Alright. And actually, that's not the only thing I'm wearing today that is made by me. I'm also wearing this t-shirt, which is a design that I made. And I think I've worn this on stream before. This is my ramen love t-shirt. Which I definitely think I've worn on stream before. You can see there's the bowl. And it's all like the ingredients. There's like the fish cake and the pork and the nori and like the little green onion and bamboo shoots here. And it kind of all the noodles kind of form like a heart shape. Yeah, I miss ramen too, Jessa Jeffy. Oh my gosh. Although there was an instant ramen that I bought not too long ago that was actually pretty good. But yeah, this is on my Society 6 site actually. So you can also get your very own ramen t-shirt if you want. Just Judith Butler's Lover says, the Kingdom of Dreams and Madness really shows that Miyazaki is a French art film heroine. Cigarettes and nihilism, all that is missing is a black cocktail dress and a black and white filter. Yeah, he is very much, after reading Starting Point, he's a super intense and like passionate and contrary and anarchic kind of guy. I get that impression. But here is the piece Um, hold on. The cat card. I've not forgotten. I've not forgotten the cat card. I don't know if I've shown this one before. Oh good, I don't even have to take off my green screen. Happy birthday, Dad. This is 2013. Stop me if you've seen this one before. Oh no, your Fractal Mind Mike, you said your t-shirt didn't arrive to your Society 6 that you ordered. Definitely contact Society 6 customer support because they're actually really, really good about, like, if you say it didn't come, they will send, they're really good about sending like another one just in case. So definitely, yeah, like, they take like a 90% cut of everything that's I ordered on that site, but kind of for good reason because they handle everything. But yeah, if you haven't gotten it and it's been a while, although you're in Australia, so I don't know how long it's been, but if you feel like it's been an uncommonly long time, you can definitely contact them. Yeah. So anyway, that is the card. That is Dido Cat with a bunch of different. There's a great horned owl, a barn owl. So that's the great horned owl. Barn owl, and I don't remember what this one is called. Maybe a screech owl. Flaming Bee, thank you so much for the raid. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Welcome to stream. I'm streaming art for my game, The Crimson Diamond. And I have one of my point redemptions is showing off watercolor cat cards that I've painted for my family. So that is a happy birthday dad card from 9 years ago now. Oh my gosh. That's not nice to think about. But yeah, welcome. Yeah, I'm just going to switch back to Photoshop now, which is Control Alt. Oh, good. Owls are your favorite animal, Fractal Mind Mike. Great pick for the cat card. Oh, wonderful. Oh, yes, the Flaming Bee. Thank you. Yeah, it's going well. We're working on this bucket, and the end goal is this part in the introductory sequence to my game, The Crimson Diamond, has this part where a fish gets tossed into this metal bucket, and this is the very, very crude version of that scene. And what happens is, the preceding scene is this, where there's a fisherman and he catches this fish and he throws it in that bucket that's behind him. And so that's what we're working on right now, is we're doing this beautiful glory shot, this hero shot of a bucket, using photo reference, which is really important. So this is where we're at right now, and having a good night with it, having a really good night. I showed some cross stitching that I've worked on. We're going to be doing a let's play in a little bit. I'm going to be playing some Last Half of Darkness. I've gotten a walkthrough because I want to finish the game and move on to my next let's play, which is going to be the EGA version of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which I'm super excited about. Ah yes, Gundaroad says, speaking of Junji Ito, have you perhaps played World of Horror? And yes, I have played World of Horror. I think it's fantastic. I love the way that game looks. I love the style of game as well. And actually, oh no, I don't like when Photoshop does that. Actually, I briefly met the developer at one of the PAXs. I think at PAX, was it at PAX East? I don't remember. Just briefly. At a PAX. Yeah, it's really, really fun. Like the sound, the music, the way it looks. I want to do more 1-bit art. I got to do some 1-bit art with the Playdate, but I just love just black and white stuff. Yes, Pantaz something was the name of the developer. I'm not sure if that's just his handle or that's his last name. Oops. Yes. Judith Butler's lover says, Miyazaki better watch out. Those animation skills are getting up to Spirited Away levels. I think that, I don't know. I mean, we could always talk favorite Miyazaki films. My favorite Miyazaki film was partly for sentimental reasons, is Castle in the Sky. I first saw it when I was in Japan, and it blew my mind. I was like 5.5, and I saw Castle in the Sky, and it was the best thing I ever saw in my entire life. But top 5 Miyazaki films would be, I don't know, no particular order. I would say Castle in the Sky, Spirited Away, Porco Rosso. I really, really like Whispers of the Heart. And maybe Totoro? Maybe? Oh, you know what? I also like Wind Rises. That one was really good too. Nausicaa is your favorite. Gundam Road, I have to rewatch Nausicaa. Yeah, Gundam Road, the conversational adventure style, kind of like almost also like a kind of RPG type of thing. Oh, it's Farewell Nova Scotia. My favorite track. So this looks like I actually need to angle these more. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe I can just do that by hand. Oh yes, World of Horror made by your fellow Poles, Gundam Road. Yeah, Maximus says. Kiki's Delivery. Nausicaa is your favorite. Yeah. Castle in the Sky is excellent. Spirited Away and Kiki might be your favorites. Oh, Gundam Road. Nausicaa makes me cry like a baby and feel ashamed of humankind as a species. That's good, I guess. Oh, Castle of Cagliostro, Goemon-sama. It's on, I believe Castle of Cagliostro is on Netflix. At least in Canada. And I rewatched it recently, and it's really good. Deluxe Text is Totoro, Porco Rosso, Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, and Nausicaa. Ponyo is underrated, Deluxe Text says. Judith Butler's Lover says Howl's Moving Castle is Spirited Away. I must say, I rewatched Howl's Moving Castle recently. The first time I saw it, I wasn't thrilled about it, but I liked it a lot more the second time around. Actually, you know what might be fun? I'm gonna do a bonus show and tell. And Judith Butler's Lover says, by the way, I love the nerve of Miyazaki announcing his retirement for the 6th time. My favorite clip of him is during the 4th retirement announcement at the press conference. All the reporters laugh when he announces it. The thing, and Gundam Road says, the thing with Ponyo is it came after Spirited Away, so it didn't have the hype of yokai. Also, Spirited Away's soundtrack is amazing. I like it a lot more than... I mean, Ponyo's also got a good soundtrack, but there's something about that Spirited Away soundtrack's got that element of danger to it. Also, I think the Laputa soundtrack is amazing too, and it's very, like, 80s. It's very synthy, which I think I love too. Why is this not showing up? Oh wait, because I'm on the wrong brush. But yeah, actually, speaking of, I can show you guys something kind of cool. But yeah, just let me get this, just rough this in. Okay. I'm going to just show you something really, really fun. Let's see. Photoshop, Control, Alt, Big Me. Okay, Control Tab. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do a bonus show and tell. Be right back. Maximus asks, have you seen Miyazaki Jr.'s movie, Goro's movies? Earthsea, Tales from Earthsea, and Secret World of Arrietty. And only yesterday, maybe? Like, I don't know if Goro did all those, but other, like, non-Miyazaki Ghibli movies, which I like okay, but I don't think they're that great. But yeah, speaking of Studio Ghibli, and speaking of Kiki, so I've got this wonderful version of Kiki. So this is the Japanese version of Kiki here. VHS. I really love this. You can see the reflection in the display case here, which is gorgeous. I think that's a wonderful... Oh, the green screen's eating it just a little bit. But let's see what this booklet is. So this is all from, yeah, like a while ago. Oh. I don't know, that's, yeah, doesn't really have any art on it or anything like that. But all in immaculate shape. For anyone who wants a VHS. Oh, Gundaro says, if you like yokai, I recommend watching Kwaidan, which I've never heard of. That's cool. Gundaro says, Laputa has amazing comfy music. I love that soundtrack so much. Yeah, Deluxe Text, House Moving Castle falls down a bit for me in plot, Deluxe Text says, but makes up for it in terms of art direction and soundtrack. Yeah, that's also a good soundtrack. Laputa and Totoro both have wonderful synth soundtracks. Ghost and Spirit Stories. Oh, yokai? Is that it? And yeah, I've just discovered, so the Starting Point book did mention the Miyazaki directed music video On Your Mark, and I was looking for it on YouTube, and I haven't been able to find a full thing yet. I haven't looked at that much yet, but yeah, I definitely want to see that whole thing. Oh, Only Yesterday is Isao Takahata. Okay. Oh, it's one of your absolute favorites, not for everyone. Okay, and here's my other one. Yeah, I've got a nice... Oh, wow, that one's really getting eaten. Hold on. By the green screen. But you get the idea. Beautiful VHS versions of My Neighbor Totoro and Kiki's Delivery Service. There they are. And this... This is the bootleg of Castle in the Sky from when I was 5.5, and it totally blew my mind. Cinema Club, whatever that is. Yeah. So there it is. Of course I have it on like DVD and other things. Tonari no Totoro, yes, Totoro. Oh, Arietti is by Hiromasa Yonebayashi. Gotcha. Oh, Sklo, and you saw Only Yesterday at the Anime Festival in 2002. Oh yeah, also there's Marnie was there, which is kind of creepy. I don't know if that one's intentionally creepy or not, but I'd like to think it is because I enjoy it that way. But yeah, there's a bunch of other Studio Ghibli movies, of course. Control Alt. Gundaro says, if you want to watch a weird Japanese anime OVA, you should check Mr. Arashi's Amazing Freak Show, not for the faint of heart. Something that has not been replicated in anime. Let's write that down. I always like finding new anime. Mr. Arashi's Amazing Freak Show. Amazing Freak Show. Cool. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Deluxe Text has an AVI of On Your Mark, which is the Miyazaki directed music video, on my hard drive backup since before streaming video was a thing. Yeah, I gotta look harder for that. I haven't dedicated enough time to looking for that music video, because he does talk about the production of that music video in the book, and so definitely I want to check it out. But yeah, let's just do some of this stuff. And also what's really good, what actually caused me to buy the second book of the two-part book thing, the Turning Point and Starting Point and Turning Point for the Miyazaki books, was that there was like a middle section with colored plates in it that are just gorgeous. So that kind of sealed the deal for me. Goemon-sama knows of Arashi's Amazing Freak Show manga. Suihiro Maruo is a great artist, but his work is not for the faint of heart. So where does that go, Mansama? Where does that rank on the Junji Ito scale of like, oh, yuckiness? Good yuckiness, of course. Joe is here for you. Welcome to chat. Says Ocean Waves is a great short one made for TV collectively by younger staff at Ghibli. Don't know if it has been mentioned already. No, Ocean Waves has not been mentioned yet. Joe is here for you. Yeah, one thing that yeah, Miyazaki does talk about, in the book is how he wants, the future. He's very concerned for the future of Studio Ghibli, and he wants to have other people direct and do all kinds of other things. So that's good to see that younger staff got a chance to produce something. Yeah, yeah. Deluxe Tech says Hayao Miyazaki was credited for the screenplay of Arrietty, but I don't know if it's just an honorary credit or not. Yeah, in the book he talks about how sometimes they are just kind of honorary credits. Specifically for that one, I'm not sure, but yeah, it's not uncommon for that to happen. Judith Butler's lover loves Arrietty. The backgrounds are some of Ghibli's best. I love tiny things. I love little tiny miniature things. So that was fun, for sure. Okay, it's more okay. So compared to Junji Ito, Arashi's is a different kind of horror, surrealist with sexual violence. Gotcha. It's way past Junji Ito in yuckiness. It's terrible. Gotcha. Gotcha. It reminds me, I was reading the Battle Royale manga, but I kind of did give up on it after a while because I'm like, this is kind of depressing in terms of violence and just gore and just overall nihilism. I felt, but the art is really good. Like the art in the Battle Royale manga is really like it's got some really nice tonal work. But I could just keep enjoying the ones I have and not end up seeking out the rest of it because it's like, oh my gosh, it's a bit much. Beta Human Studio, welcome to chat. Asks, are you old enough to have been captivated by Galaxy Express 999? I don't. Did I watch? I think there was an anime of that, and I think I did have some. I've seen it in manga form too, but I didn't make that much of an impression on me. I did see some of it, but only vague memories. And like it's so vague that I can't. I'm pretty sure there were manga bits like how they would have the big compilations with like serialized manga stories. I think I saw some Galaxy 99 that way. Idiocracy, hi, welcome back, of course. When you're editing tiny pixels like what you're doing now, do you ever feel like it's a tiny bit of detail that most people will not notice? Or does it bother you too much to leave it alone if you can spot a flaw? Yeah, for me, it has to hold up. For sure, like it does bother me. Like if it's not perfect, it's not perfect. I don't mind that part. Like there's some weird pixel things happening in some of my backgrounds, I think. But for something like this where it's very like geometric, then I want to make it look good. And in order for something like this to look good, it kind of has to work. I might not do all three of those indentations though. How many did I have on mine? Yeah, that's gonna have to change. Yeah, I feel like these all have to move up again. They're not high enough. Yeah, I like to fiddle with them. It's fun for me. But I'm not a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff per se. Why is that? What level is that on? There you go. Ah, okay. Joey is here for you. Says Ocean Waves is really great. Very down to earth story based in the real world, like only yesterday. Judith Butler's lover, have a lovely night. Thank you for coming. It's always good to see you. Joey's here for you. Likes only yesterday, but thinks Ocean Waves is even better. Yeah, I've not seen Ocean Waves. Okay. So Galaxy Express 999, based on Night on the Intergalactic Railroad by Kenji Miyazawa. Oh wow, I didn't realize the Cat Returns came out after Spirited Away either. Deluxe Talks. That is surprising. I have seen it, and it is fun. The Cat Returns. It's, of course, it's super weird, but in like a fun, like a tame way. But yeah, I'm kind of very surprised, like you are, that it was after. Yeah, Tale of Princess Kaguya. I was not crazy about it myself. I mean, the style was, of course, very different, and it's just very depressing. So I wasn't huge on that. I also have not seen My Neighbor the Yamadas yet, because just the style is just, very different, of course. So I've been kind of resisting that. Idiocracy asks, do you prefer fancy sushi rolls or the more plain ones? Oh, to be honest, I really like the weird ones. Like the ones that are like, I don't like them when they're too big, but I like all the funny stuff people put in that stuff. I actually think cream cheese is really good in maki. I know that sounds terrible. And I actually really like mango on it as well, because I feel like the slices of mango have the same kind of texture and consistency of like tuna. And I like that kind of. I know you probably think I'm a monster, but I think I like the sweetness on there. So I'll go for all kinds. I like the traditional rolls, but I like when people go kind of wild with it. Goemon-sama watched Future Boy Conan recently. It is the blueprint for everything Miyazaki would go on to make. Yes, Goemon-sama. Miyazaki talks a lot about Future Boy Conan in the Starting Point book. And like they go into detail about a lot of the stuff in Future Boy Conan. So if you've never read Starting Point, that Miyazaki book, you might really enjoy it. Yeah, Pompoko is weird. I liked Pompoko. I liked how like slow it was. I liked the protracted time frame thing that was happening. It's definitely not for everyone. And I can see why it, didn't really catch on. But yeah, it's super weird. I enjoyed it though. It's kind of weirdly brutal though. Yeah, Sakanako, that's another thing, because right now a lot of the Studio Ghibli stuff is on Netflix, so it's just a really good opportunity to see a lot of that Ghibli stuff that I hadn't seen before. So I definitely recommend that you do the same, because there's still a lot of good stuff in there. And Idiocracy, yes, I have seen Millennium Actress. It's beautiful. Satoshi Kon, Gone Too Soon. Tokyo Godfathers is also really, really wonderful. Tokyo Godfathers is gorgeous. It does a lot of beautiful, subtle tone, and it's got a lot of warmth to it. For even though it's set in like in the wintertime in Tokyo, it's beautiful. And Millennium Actress I really love too, and I like the music in it too. It's kind of synthy as well. Yeah, Millennium Actress is fantastic, and Paprika is gorgeous too. But that one gets even weirder, which I wouldn't mind rewatching that one. I don't think, but that one is like it's visually stunning, too. Deluxe Talks, you're gonna rewatch the Yamadas. I have not seen it. It's supposed to be really good. Okay, Galaxy Express. Okay, Beta Human Studio says Galaxy Express 999. There was a movie version cut from the anime. I think pretty cool. Yes, those manga compilations are amazing. Yeah, because every week they'll come out with something that's got it's like a telephone book of serialized manga. And it's kind of amazing that there's just so much output. And I can see how they would get really repetitive. The first time I saw Parasite was in a serialized manga thing like that, I think. and a few other things. That's the one that really stuck out though, and I ended up getting the whole series of the Parasite manga because I thought it was very good. Ooh, I have not seen Memories. Of course, Memories. Yes, yes, yes. Gunda Road. That is also a really, really, really beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Which I only saw recently, actually. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, Just a Jeffy, so good. I'm glad you're not judging me about the cream cheese within the maki, like the Philadelphia rolls. I, it just, I don't know. I like it. I know it's just terrible because, um, you think of a traditional Japanese restaurant, they would probably never, ever, 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 ever sell anything like that. They would think it's appalling, probably. I like it though. I like all the you know, I like the beef tataki, and I like tempura bits, and I like torched sushi. That's a new thing. That's a trendy thing that's been happening in Toronto, and it's amazing. It's so delicious. Yeah, there's more to it for me when you get all that. Like there used to be a franchise here. I don't think it's around anymore, called California Rolls and Crazy Sushi, and I used to really like it. But a lot of places are doing all kinds of fun rolls, so there's no need to really go to a special place. Yes, yes, Satoshi Kon was amazing. I gotta do this bottom rim. I'm gonna just do it by hand. So yeah, speaking of does it need to be perfect? No, because I think a lot of it will be covered up by this grass stuff again. So I'm not gonna make it perfect. How's the bucket coming along? Yeah, it looks weird still, you know, but I might need to fix the interior. Maybe the interior is kind of throwing me off. Let's actually test that theory. Let's test that theory. Let's take away that weird gray stuff that I was doing here. Oops. Uh, that just ends up looking weirder. It'll be fine. Gundroad says, why do people hate on Yuasa? I don't know what Yuasa or who Yuasa is, actually. Yeah, it doesn't take much to, crave sushi. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting kind of hungry myself. Broken says, my work on the CF circuit board is done for the night. Didn't take me long at all to glob the solder onto the tiny CF pin connects in such a way that someone else skilled will have to teach me how to undo it. Oh no! That requires being far closer to another person far longer than I want to during a pandemic, so I will shelve this kit until the pandemic is long over and just buy another one pre-assembled this time. Blah. Oh, I'm sorry it didn't work out, Bill Coon. Yeah, I'm just glad that as the weather warms up here in Toronto, that patios can be a thing again. Because I don't think I'm comfortable yet not wearing a mask indoors around other people. But I think I could handle a non-crowded patio. That's my comfort level currently. Yes, good. Joe's here for you. Tokyo Godfathers is amazing. Oh wow, the screenwriter who also wrote Cowboy Bebop also died recently. Oh no. And Perfect Blue, I feel like I've seen it maybe once, but a long time ago. I might need to rewatch it. Yeah, Satoshi Kon like died in his 40s or something, didn't he? It's way too soon. Yes, Totoro is a masterpiece, Deluxe Tux. I agree. Just incredibly pure and heartwarming. Yeah, in the book, the Miyazaki book, he says that he felt tremendous joy when while making Totoro, and I think that does show. Yes, and Canadian sushi, not traditional, very, very, very delicious. I don't need it to be completely traditional. It's completely fine. It's amazing. Okay, Masaki Yuasa is another anime director, Gunda Red says. Yes. Yes, Joe's here for you. He says, yeah, Kon died of cancer. Yeah, I was on a plane to Sweden, and when I got off the plane and checked the internet, first thing I saw was my favorite director had died. Ugh. It's so sad when that happens. It's of course it's sad when anyone dies, um, but when it's like a director or an author that you like and you know they can never make anything ever again, it's incredibly sad. Yes, a plane. I was like, I was on a planet to Sweden. I was on planet Sweden. Yes. Oh, this line. Yeah, he's too short. In his short career, he just made wonderful things. You can only imagine what he would have made had he gotten the chance. I felt the same way about Terry Pratchett when Terry Pratchett died. And for a while, I kind of resisted reading the last book in the Tiffany Aching series because I knew that he hadn't really gotten a chance to finish it. And it got finished by his daughter. And so I was like, oh, I don't want to read it because I don't want to sense when he stops writing it and she takes over. Although I know she's a professional writer and everything like that too, but it just felt like, didn't want to read it. I eventually did read it, and yeah, kind of stops feels like kind of almost unfinished where it stops, which is kind of sad, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. Oh, anyone seen Children Who Chase Lost Voices by Makoto Shinkai? No, I've not. I'm gonna write this down also. Children Who Chase Lost Voices. Chase Lost Voices. Kon also did some manga prior to anime. I wonder if all those directors started out as manga artists, because Miyazaki did. He started out wanting to be a manga artist. So Satoshi Kon's unfinished manga Opus is okay, but some of the cool meta stuff would appear in his films. Oh. Wow, Walt Disney was only 65 when he died, Bilkin says. I didn't realize that. Wow, if he had lived, he would have been still active as a CEO well into your lifetime, Bilkin. Yeah, that's kind of amazing too. To think about. Oh, so Joe is here for you. Is also a fan of US. Ping pong and the Galaxy are wonderful. Keep your hands. It is Azoken is good too. Devilman Crybaby. Oh no, gross. I've not heard of that one. Yeah, Goemon Summit. Well, Walt was a notorious chain smoker. I feel like Miyazaki smokes his fair share of cigarettes too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that whole thing about Walt Disney's head somewhere is just frozen. They're just waiting. They're waiting for that technology, right? There's something to be said about discussing anime. I remember Biosuit MacGyver, not MacGyver, Biosuit Guyver. I remember watching that back in the day and being super grossed out by it, but I wonder if it's super tame now. Anyone else remember Guyver? Is that still really disgusting? Or just super not? Yeah, I'm not super into grossness myself. But yeah, if it's well done, I can only really admire it. Just like kind of like Clive Barker's Hellraiser, where I'm like, yeah, this is super gross, but it's really well done. Just as Jeffrey says, it's always shocking to travel outside of North America and be around all the cigarette smokers, still so normal outside of Canada and the US. I will say that yeah, that's the kind of nice thing about people vaping is that it definitely doesn't smell as bad as the cigarette smoke does. So I do appreciate that part of it. Joe is here for you. I felt the same way about Hellraiser. I thought it would be like I remember when that came out, and I was like, "There's no way I'm seeing that in a million years." But I ended up seeing it, and I only ever saw the first one, and I don't know. I felt just like it was like a labor of love, and I kind of felt that when I was watching it. Like the special effects were just so labored over that I could only appreciate what I was seeing, and it almost became not as gross to me because I was thinking of how much fun everyone was having behind the camera. Okay, so Gundar would like you like Yo Johan Shinwa Taikei. Ping pong, the animation is best. I'm so glad we're having this conversation because yeah, I'm actually I feel bad that I don't really watch as much manga as I would like, and like I don't know what the stuff is to watch. Why does this look not right? Something wrong in here. Yeah, there's something wrong in there. Yeah, there it is. In here. Oh wow, Beta Human Studio, they can still smoke in bars in Japan? Oh no. Oh no. I did not know that. Yeah, Joe's here for you. I don't know. I would say try to brave it. Yeah, I'm at least I thought the first one was pretty good. I don't know. I think who knows what happens in the subsequent ones, but it might be worth a shot. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, the 2.5 tatami galaxy. Interesting. Wow. That's what. Yeah. So yeah, Yojo Han Shinwa Taikei means the 2.5 tatami galaxy. Gotcha. It's a reference to the habitational space of an average university student. Yeah, Joe's here for you. I'm exactly the same way. I didn't watch horror films. I avoided them for ages, and I've seen some classic ones now. Babadook was pretty good. I didn't watch like The Shining until way later. Yeah, exactly. I feel the same. I think probably the subsequent sequels they keep trying to top each other, and then it gets to be completely off the rails. 4.5. 4.5. Yo Johan. Yeah, Yo Johan. Han is half. Yo is 4. And The Witch was also really good. That was filmed in Northern Ontario. Speaking of Northern Ontario, yeah, I feel like and Rosemary's Baby I didn't see until way later, and that was really good too. But yeah, I didn't look at any of that stuff until way later. Yes, Clive Barker directed the first Hellraiser. That's looking not too bad. It's you'd want to um, dress it up a little bit. Maybe give it this edge, make the edge light all the way. We'll see. Hold on. But yeah, all that stuff like Exorcist and Poltergeist, all that stuff, I remember coming out, and I never watched it because I'm like, it's gonna freak me out too much. And I still haven't seen Exorcist or Poltergeist. Jim Matt says those ellipses are pretty great. Thank you. I cheated. I cheated with Photoshop's tools. Thank you. And that Uzumaki reference, Gundam Road says. I think. Yeah, having read Gyo and Uzumaki, yeah, Uzumaki I definitely like a lot more because I think the reader can visualize in their head what the spirals would look like when they're moving, and that's really compelling. That twisting, kind of wrenching motion is super gross. It's like a weird tightening, which is very uncomfortable to look at. So it is very effective. But it's also fun, like the ending little stories and stuff at the end of Gyo and at the end of Uzumaki were a lot of fun, and kind of like super dark humor about how, Junji Ito got really obsessed with like spirals, and he would just order spiral food. Like, I don't know if he did soft serve ice cream, but he would do like, the fish cake, the one that's on my shirt, and things like that. Cinnamon buns, maybe. I can't remember what he said, but he was eating like spiral food and being super creepy. Okay, Exorcist Joe is here. You've seen not in a while. Poltergeist I saw recently, pretty goofy. It was like one bizarrely violent scene out of nowhere. The rest is whatever silly movie. The one scene that stuck out to me in Poltergeist was the swimming pool, and that still really like left an impression on me. So that's what I think of, and I'm like, oh my god, is the whole movie like that? Because that stuck with me for ages. It's still with me. Yeah, Uzumaki, it does give that dizzying feeling, which is so effective. I think that's why Uzumaki is so beloved. I don't know if it's beloved, but so appreciated. Maple Leaf Forever. So this sounds more like, I wish Judith Butler's Lover was still here, because this is more of like marching, it seems, than the other stuff that's on here, on this list of MIDI folk tunes. Oh, Joe's here. Oh, there's an upcoming anime of Uzumaki. Is there? Wow. Hope they keep the dark tone when they adapt it. Would be a failure otherwise. How they... I don't know if I'd want to see it. It might be too dizzying to see Uzumaki animated. Poltergeist. Justin Jeffrey says the scene with the guy eating the chicken's drumstick is what's burned into my memory. I guess I didn't see that part, so I'm glad I missed it, I guess. Oh my gosh. The guy eating the turkey drumstick. Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, chicken. I don't remember him eating anyone. All I remember is the swimming pool scene at night when the girl goes out to have a swim, and it starts raining, and it goes bad. It goes real bad, but super effective. Oh, Adult Swim, Joe is here for you, says, is funding the Uzumaki adaptation. It's cool, got cool, weird music by an indie musician. I think they're really trying hard to do it justice. Oh my gosh. Okay, so he looks in. Okay, so that's he eats a chicken drumstick. He's looking into the mirror and starts freaking out and pulling his face apart. I don't remember that. I must have missed that part, thankfully. Oh, Gundam Road. I watched Exorcist as a kid and laughed. I only saw like little bits and pieces here and there of Exorcist. Eek. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not generally huge. I'm not a huge fan of like crazy gore and violence in my media. And that's what the case is. Joe is here for you about Hellraiser. Charming practical effects. You can just kind of sit back and go, "Wow, look at all that work. That looks really good." That's kind of what I was doing when I was watching Hellraiser. Be like, "Oh, they filmed that in reverse. They filmed that, and then they reversed it. And that's why it looks like that." And all that. It's fun. It's fun times. Oh, that is true. Joey's here for you. That like that. Yeah, the pool scene with the skeletons. Yeah. The fact that they possibly could have been real skeletons is disgusting. So yeah, I even forgot about that part. Yeah. If you do end up watching it, Joe's here for you. If you end up watching Hellraiser, report back. And I'm so sorry if it wrecks you, but I don't think it will. I think overall it's a good time. And I don't know, like the Cenobites are kind of fun too, because they kind of are just like they're I don't know, they've got some kind of philosophy that I think I was okay with. See, I did not see the thing. I haven't seen the thing. As Joey's here says, amazing practical effects. Some of them are so gross. I also admire the FX. Yeah, I do find that kind of thing charming. Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that's what made those horror movies really kind of fun and charming was the practical special effects. And I don't know. I'm hoping that maybe even still nowadays, modern horror movies are still using practical effects. Because having a CG kind of makes it really sterile, I would imagine, and not as fun. But I could be wrong. Maybe there's some great practical effects. These the rivets I made on the outside are too small and too round. They need to be flatter. How heartwarming was it to see real squibs, in Inglorious Bastards or something like that. You're like, oh my gosh, look at that. They used real squibs. They look really great. That's what I'm thinking of when I'm watching it, instead of, oh my gosh, this is very violent. Yeah, Gundoroad, yeah. So you like the thing as well, there's a feeling of psychosis. In modern horror films, it's more about the jump scares and the action. Yeah, I'm not... I'd rather have something be creepy. I'm more interested in creepy. And, like, dread. That's why something like Rosemary's Baby is kind of nice, because it's creepy. Yeah, exactly, Jester Jeffy. 80s horror films, gore, practical effects. They're super, like, squelchy, Fun. And that's how I try to watch them now, is, I think, yeah, this is nice. This is nice to look at. I like it. No, this makes it too round. Too round. So Dario Argento for horror gore. Judge Khan, welcome back. Good to see you. Yeah, and the CG, at least when it's obvious, makes you go, well, that isn't actually there. Exactly. And so stuff like when there's a practical effect in a movie, of course, a famous one being in, like, Alien, either Alien or Aliens, I don't remember which, with the stuff, when the actors got surprised by the thing coming out of a place. That's fun. People can react to what they're seeing in front of them more realistically, and it really helps the performances, too. So it's not just for the audience, it's for everyone to have that. Ah, Joe's here for you. Oh, two indie adventure games. Two very blatantly inspired by the story of The Thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that kind of thing does work well as an adventure game story. Those are standing out too much. I need to do less. Oh wow, Belka. Wow, they charge $8 for a CF ISA card kit, but for pre-assembled they add about $50. Oh my god. Wow, yeah, yeah, you're gonna have to wait a week or two to blow on your eBay budget. I've never been one to order too much on eBay, actually. But yeah, it can get super dangerous. Yeah, I think I'm more. You know what I'm gonna do for these? I'm gonna do a highlight on them because I don't want them to be too bright. But I'm gonna put the front edge like this. The thing I was looking at recently was old books. Not old, not like ancient books, but old books I remember from being when I was a kid and enjoying taking out in the library. That stuff, like used bookstores online, are really, really good for finding stuff. And so I found some stuff that I probably eventually want to order. Yes, and yes, Bill Kuhn mentioned Enclosure. Yeah, that's one of them. Yes, yes, absolutely. Enclosure looks fantastic, and I think it was one guy maybe who made that, which of course I'm a fan of. Mhm. So I think I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to echo these ridges on the inside of this bucket. That's what's happening next. Oh yeah, Fractal Mind Mike, you played Enclosure. How many games do you find that you might play in a year? Fractal Mind Mike. Oh, Canada. Okay. Enclosure Bill Princess was made by 2 or 3 people. Yeah, that's great. Fantastic. Yes, up, everyone stand, please. Yes, for our national anthem. Oh, and the other one Joe is here for you played that was based on the thing was called Peridium. And speaking of bite-sized games, of course, Itch.io has that bundle for Ukraine. For $10, you can get 991 games. So, which is amazing. Peridium is one guy, except for music and voice acting. That's amazing. I love stuff like that. I'm gonna write that down. Peridium. I would love to make kind of more little bite-sized adventure games instead of like what I'm doing now. That is something I want to do. Oh, whoops, that's not what I want. Experiment with some different kinds of concepts and stuff. Is this which is my complete oval? Isn't one of these the complete oval? I got rid of it. That's okay. Yes, bite-sized adventure games. Yes, awesome. Yes. Jesse Jeffy, you're encouraging? Yes, I want to do something like that. Oh, Peridium is from a studio called Powerhoof. That sounds familiar. I think it's mostly one guy who made his own adventure game engine, and his general idea is to make really brief adventure games with it, which I think is cool. Yeah, I think that's a really cool idea. Small games are free, as is the engine. Ooh. Ooh, fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, that's awesome. In fact, I think I follow Powerhoof on Itch.io, come to think of it. Fantastic. Oh, Deivor uses Powerhoof. Oh my gosh, nice to know. Working on a longer one. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh, it's fantastic. Oh, in Fractal Mind, Mike is using Power Quest, and so is Return of the Amazon Queen. Oh, the Powerhoof engine, nice. I love when people make engines, make them freely available. I know somebody I follow on Twitter, Camulust is making another adventure game engine as well, which is awesome. And also does amazing pixel art. I'm really jealous of developers who are good at the programming and the art, because that's certainly not me. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to flip this. I'm going to mirror and flip it, because the one side is chewed up and one side isn't. Oh, PowerQuest is Powerhoof's engine. We shared an office during COVID, which is to say I was in the office for like 2 days the whole time. Nice! Fractal Mind Mike, that's amazing. Small world. Not the same office space as office building. Nice. Yeah, I definitely follow Powerhoof on something. It's probably Itch.io. Those probably... I'm probably going to make those just single lines, because I'm going to make it really dark in there. I don't like that idea. There's a surprising amount of light and shadow that's going on in this bucket. So I might have to actually start exploring what that is like, instead of just working on this as it is. What I might do... Let's see. 10:20. So 10:30, I think I will move on to some Last Half of Darkness with walkthrough. Walking through Last Half of Darkness. Walking through darkness. Stroke. Oh wow, Judge Khan, you found an old Dell 5x4 LCD monitor on a garbage pile yesterday. Fantastic. Free old tech. Nice. Oh, still works. You used it to play the Crimson Diamond. Fantastic. Aw. Oh, Joe's here for you says, I think it's so impressive. You've been continuing to plug away on your game, by the way, Julia. I played the demo back when it first came out. Followed you on Twitch not long after, but I haven't been here much. I haven't forgotten about the game, though. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Plugging away is the perfect way to describe it. It is definitely being plugged away upon. And yeah, sometimes it can be frustrating, and because I feel like I'm not getting a lot of forward progress, especially with changing it to be kind of with modules and stuff, which is for the best, like I said. But yeah, it can be tough. Oh yes, Bilkin, I remember you mentioning the replacement keypads for the compact portable one from Texelec. I'm just amazed that there are companies out there that are doing all that still. And as much as I'd like to think I can get this thing done this year. I don't know. Like I said, time is going by really quickly, and it didn't ask me if I was okay with that, because I'm not. This has to get changed. It doesn't seem very fair that it would do such a thing as go by this quickly. Everything takes much longer than you think. I found it's not cool in my opinion. Joe's here for you. Amen. Yes, it's extremely not cool. That looks not right. Those ellipses are not making me happy. That's not making me happy at all. This is the awkward stage of the bucket. Joe is here for you saying, I'm near the end of Perfect Tides now. I guess it took Meredith Grant about 4 years to make, well over what she anticipated. Yeah, that sounds about right. Why do these not... This just completely doesn't look right. At all. Ugh. Or maybe they're too high. Grindaslav says we all go through an awkward phase. Oh wow. Joey's here for you says she really went above and beyond with unique animations. Deluxe Tux, you also enjoy it. I should write this one also down. Oh wow, your compact portable one is fully functional. Nice. And using this CF ISA card, Bilkun says, it will give that or my Epson Apex one a hard drive. Amazing. Deluxe Tux says, concerning Perfect Tides, I'm not very far in, but I feel simultaneously understood and also skewered. Oh, this is intriguing me, you guys. Oh wow, it's making you confront feelings that you thought buried 20 years ago. That's pretty amazing. Although, I don't know if it makes me want to play it, but that is very, very, very amazing that a piece of art can do that. Joe's here for you says Perfect Tide has beautiful prose. The puddles are pretty true to Sierra, but for better or for worse. Adventure game veterans should be okay though. So that means I'm gonna need a walkthrough because I'm not good at adventure games, and I've said that before. I'm amazed by how well people can play games. I've played them for quite a long time too, adventure games. I'm still not good at them. So. I'm kind of hoping that'll work in my favor because maybe that will mean I will make a game that is not as hard. Yeah, Judge Con, I was the same way as you. I've liked LucasArts games more when I was a kid, but lately, I've always liked the art more in Sierra games, overall. So, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, no shame in walkthroughs when the puzzles are unfair. Joe is here says, and yeah, that's definitely what I'm gonna do. Even for fair puzzles, I just want to get on with my life for Last Half of Darkness, and so that's why I'll be using a walkthrough today. Grandest love, not to backseat art, but I think the top inner rim is too high. No, not at all. I love getting feedback, Grandest love, you know that. And I love giving feedback. Not to okay, I think the top inner rim is too high. Top inner rim? What? So the gray that I'm just doing now? Is that what you mean? This thing? Oh, Judge Khan says, I recently saw a meme that suggested that LucasArts covered bad game design with humor, and every one of their games played exactly the same way. Good heavens, and you thought, good heavens, they're right. I don't know if I agree with that myself. Oh, so, okay, so this one. Oh, wait, this one. This one too high. So that means, yeah, both of them have to move. Hold on, I will do that. Yeah. Very potentially. I'm not good at angles like this. Yeah, and yeah, the overall Sierra mood called to me more as well. Yeah, I think that you're right, Grunislav. Ovals should connect. Yes, because it goes around on the inside. But that looks weird, doesn't it? Yeah, that's pretty. Let's see. This is 77 pixels. This would be. Alright. That works. Original position of the bottom one should be the top of the outer one. Original position of the bottom inner one. Bottom inner one should be the top outer one. Top outer one. Okay. So then it should be higher? Hold on. So the inner one, so this one. Bottom inner one. Original position of the bottom inner one should be top outer one. So I should have just done this all together, I think is what we're saying. This one should be top outer. Wouldn't the bottom one be bottom inner one? Okay, wait. This bottom one should be top outer. Shouldn't this bottom inner one be bottom outer one? And then this top inner should be top outer? Kurt Rocky Runner, good to see you. Welcome. Oh my gosh, okay, so let's actually look at a reference for this. So bottom inner matches up, yeah, with bottom outer. Bottom gray oval copy 2. Gray oval copy 2. Connects with outer rim. Gray oval copy 2. Copies with the outer rim. Why am I not seeing this? Oh my gosh, okay. Gray oval 2, this one, connects with outer rim. Why can't I think? Why can't I think? Oh my goodness. With outer rim. My brain is hurting. Okay, trace the gray. Oh, okay, we're gonna do this. Trace the oval of gray oval 2 copy of gray oval copy 2, this one, and see how it forms the top of the outer rim. This one? It's one of those things where it's just so much easier if people are in the same place type of a thing, I think. See how it forms the top of the outer rim. Oh my gosh. Top of the outer rim. So this rim, the upper outer rim, this one. Top of the outer rim is here. And trace the copy. Oh my gosh, I think it's 10:34, and I think this is a good place to when I say outer rim. When I say outer rim, I mean the rims on the front of the bucket. Okay, front of the bucket. Okay, so these are outer. Oh, you mean these are outer rim? Okay, where the dots rivets are. Okay, these ones. The front of the bucket. Trace of, see how it forms an oval with the top outer rim. This one. Okay. Okay. Yes, okay. So that one. So you mean. Hold on. So this rim here should do that. The inner rim should match the outer ones to form the ovals. I want to say outer rim with the two dots. The rim on the front of the bucket. So this rim, okay. This rim here. The inner rim should match the outer ones to form the ovals. And that should match up with this one? Like that? No. Okay. So this is the whole this is the whole outer rim here. The inner rim should match the outer rims to form the ovals. So this, and then you're saying this outer rim. So I should copy and paste that, and also that should form these. Now I'll make yes. Okay. Yeah, I didn't do that because I didn't end up saving the shape, which is kind of okay. Gotcha. Woo! We did it. Okay. So. We did it. We communicated an idea. It took patience and perseverance, but we got there. Okay. Thank you for your patience, Grindaslav. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. This is what I should have done in the first place. Oops. But maybe squash them vertically a bit. Yes, as you go down, yeah. For the foreshortening. Oop. This is what I mean about the helpfulness of devs. So let me give me a chance to just quickly do some adjustments, and then after this we will go to not personal nightmare. We will go to last half of darkness. So I'm gonna just fix that up a little bit. Oop, not that. Okay. Oh, good. Just Joe's here for you. Says there's some games I really wanted in this Ukraine bundle. I'll definitely grab it. Thanks for the heads up. Absolutely. I've already grabbed mine. It is a steal of a deal. Okay, so that'll do for this. Okay. So this is what we're going to be using. This is gray oval. It's very important. Gray oval. And after this, when we figure out these rim things, we are going to then go into last half of darkness. And like I said, next week I won't be streaming, but Dan may be streaming. You might be treated to a rare Dan solo stream, but it kind of depends on some scheduling stuff. Okay, so this one is this one here. So that's the first ring. The second ring is here. That looks really close. First ring. Second ring? No, that can't be. I'm gonna do it by eye. Called it last week. Bucketheads definitely came out to chat tonight. Yeah, this was awesome, you guys. I always enjoy. Oh yeah, I always enjoy streaming. You know, I get to work on this stuff, which I probably wouldn't have done otherwise, and I can just hang out. I can learn about new anime to try. Don't forget to shrink, but also they're pretty close. Yeah, you're right. So I should probably, they would be thinner in this. Oops. Preferences. Oh, good. It's still image interpolation. Still nearest neighbor. I should have done that before I trimmed it. Okay. Position is good. Good stuff. Thanks. See how the rivets touch the rim. Yeah, I think. Yeah, this is. I will shrink this a bit though, and I might move it up to cheat it a little bit. Actually, you know what I should have been doing? I should have done this as a layer mask. Greatest love, thank you so much for your patience and help. And also, yeah, thank you for encouraging me to do more modular stuff, module stuff in AGS, because it definitely helped me minimize the yuck factor of how much was in my global script. So it's already looking better. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, I don't tend to build stuff usually. Usually I just go by eye, but I kind of figured this wouldn't do for that. Although I'm going to eyeball this one. Yeah, the yuck factor, because yeah, if I was getting, there were places in the code where stuff would just not be good, and I was sloppy with it, and now it's become much better. So, although it remains to be seen if the whole game works at this stage, um, but it's super handy. Oh, much better. Yes, the yuck factor, Goemon Sama, well said. Yeah, yuck factor has been a recurring theme tonight. Which I guess will extend to the Let's Play. And I will be starting it from the beginning again, and hopefully... It looked like a pretty long Let's Play. Alright, that's a good place to stop. I think the bucket is looking pretty compelling. And yeah, it's okay, like, the resizing caused it to resample a bit weird, but, it's fine. Thank you, Grindislav. Thank you for your help. And don't forget, everybody, Grindislav is going to be I assume anyway that Grindislav will be streaming tomorrow for Wild West Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern with the working on a background. That's right. You mentioned you'll be working on a background, the same one as last week. Yes, grass bothers you too thin for next stream. Oh my gosh, you think we've even finished? We haven't not finished with this bucket. Not by a long shot. But that is that. And let me go to Big Julia. Control tab. Okay. And I'm also going to save this on my Google Drive, so I have it in 2 places. Greenslav says, you can come to my stream and nag me about my art. It's a deal. It's a deal. It's helping. It's providing constructive feedback. Okay, so. Just closing out Photoshop, so I'm don't have too many things happening at once. And I'm also going to mute the stream for just a second because I'm going to take a snack break. I have fruit down here, so I'm going to have a bit of a fruit break. And then we'll get started on Last Half of Darkness. All right, 1 second. All right. Deluxe Tux, I see what you did there. I don't think you quite have a handle on this piece yet. Yes, I'm looking forward to putting the handle on the bucket. Yes, Flucus, the music for the game is coming along really well. Dan is well ahead of me in terms of developing music for the game. I'm kind of running out of things for him to do, although we do have to do a sound effect stream because the there is the library of sound effects that we could be using. There are a few sound effects in the game in the demo right now, like the doors opening and closing and the drawers opening and closing that I quickly did in something called Beepbox. But it'd be cool to have some genuine MT32 sounds with that. So that's something we're going to need to do. I don't think either of us are particularly looking forward to that stream because it's really not that interesting going through libraries of sounds and picking stuff out. But that is something that has to get done eventually. And I think there's only one piece for sure that we're kind of leaving for last, and I don't know if it's something we're even going to stream. Dan was saying that he wants to have a piece maybe that he doesn't compose on stream, so there's something new for you guys. But as I go through developing Chapter 5, I do find more opportunities for music, for little bits of music here and there. When I was going through the initial planning for the document for Chapter 5, I did come up with, the piece we did, the flashback montage, I realized it was something we would need. And so hopefully as I continue to develop Chapter 5, I will come up with more things that he can add to the game. But yeah, he's done so many tracks for me already, so I can't complain that if we don't do any more. Oh, it is Game Jammer's favorite beatbox? I didn't know that. Yeah, I like it a lot. Okay. I'm going to change the category here to last half of darkness. Done? Okay. And get on the... Here we go. I'm going to turn down the in-game audio because it's not really going to do anybody any favors. And yeah, I've got my walkthrough here. So yeah, next week, if anyone's heading to bed at this point, next week we will see what will happen. Hopefully Dan can do a stream on his own. Lucas, have a wonderful night. Yeah, we're gonna get into Last Half of Darkness. Thanks for coming. Okay. Oh my gosh. I should have printed it out like I printed the other one out. Good. Oh, I'm glad you're glad we're going to start from the beginning. Okay. So let's get into this. Okay. From the beginning. Okay. Relia Realty. Oh, Relia. That's probably the computer code that I need, I'm assuming. Okay. I have to just... Oh, I should have printed this out. Okay. Go to... Examine... Huh. Okay. Oh, JudgeCon asked, are you going to play the second part of this one once I've beaten this one? I don't think so. I kind of have my heart set on playing Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade EGA. Because this game is EGA, that's part of the reason I picked it. And I kind of want to stick with EGA games, weirdly. Yes, restore, restart, quit, restart. Oh, Joe's here. Here for you. Never heard of this franchise? This game was a 1989, 1990 kind of thing. Oh, you should have been working on a music project all this time anyway, so you're gonna head off. Have a great night. It was good to have you in chat. Thanks very much for being here. Yeah, and let me know what you think of Hellraiser. I think it's good times. Yes, does the Blue Man Group live in this house? I love the selective color of how they used the color selectively in this game. The blue really stands out. And it's kind of like that LucasArts version of night, the dark blue and the light blue. Have a great night. Joe's here for you. Well, whatever time it is, wherever you happen to be. Anyway, says, oof, Last Crusade. How about EGA Loom? Yeah, I'd like to do EGA Loom, but I've played Loom and I've never even played Last Crusade. So I figure I'll probably do maybe one or two streams where I kind of wander around and get stuck, and then go to a walkthrough eventually. Yes, I love this version of Nighttime, and this isn't actually the version of the Nighttime that you see in the opening, the intro for the Crimson Diamond, but not the actual version of Nighttime that I use in the game. Yes, Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade game. Never played it. I'm really, even if the game is really difficult, I plan to just really appreciate the art for the most part. Okay, open door. Yeah, what's nice with this is you can click on things to go, like you can go to the door by clicking on it like that. Okay. And this is a very detailed walkthrough, which I'm really happy for. Okay. Okay. And I think I've mentioned this before in chat that one of my favorite things, my favorite subgenre is this EGA based house game, like Hugo's House of Horrors, Colonel's Bequest, parts of King's Quest IV, Last Half of Darkness. Personal Nightmare had a lot of EGA houses, so it's really, I love seeing like this kitchen as it is. Okay, pantry. Oh, Eastern. Okay. Anyway, it says, just a warning about The Last Crusade. You can die. This caught me off guard since one couldn't die in many LucasArts games. Yes, that's good to know. Bilkin says, I would love to see anyone finish The Last Half of Darkness 3. Is that one? Oh, it's just called Last Half of Darkness 3. It seems that they were so halfway done. Creators' admission that LGR and PU and Pushing Up Roses couldn't even find a usable walkthrough. Yikes! Oh dear. Okay, go to Southern Box. I'm using the, I don't know which GameSpot walkthrough of this, which is super detailed, and I appreciate that. Okay. North. Oh, it says you can open up this platter, but I couldn't before. Oh, wow. Wow. Cool. So this does have jump scares. It was like a weird mummy torpedo. Dining room. Northwestern box. Last Half of Darkness. Yeah, Darkness and a Half. Yeah, the sequels were called. Well, one of them was called Shadows of the Servants, which was after the third one. So, yeah, there's a whole bunch of these actually. I was surprised. There's about 7 or 8 of these. Edenwith asked, was there a Mac version? The interface is similar to Mac Venture games. I don't actually know if there was a Mac version of this. Go west. Hallway. Go. Okay, so this is, yeah, there's something about, I think we've talked about this before, but the way that the dithering, the hand-done dithering works really well for horror games, and I really love the way that the dithering is done here to indicate light and shadow. So you can see that it's almost, yeah, like the moonlight is hitting, excuse me, this side of the hill, and you've got this really irregular shading here, even in all these spots. So something even regular like this cylindrical planter, it's all kind of scary. It looks scary, and there's no other way to really describe it. And I do appreciate. I think the art, some of the art can look a little bit crude, but this type of tonal work I think is really strong. Mummy torpedo sounds like a scene in Maniac Mansion. Okay, Deluxe Paint had the spray paint brush that created this effect. I fondly remember it. It's really effective, I think. Okay, so garden. Take the watering can. Oh wow, you know what it says here? I didn't realize this, but it said when you take the can, the watering can, the fountain, it will immediately start spouting water. Okay, so let's see that. Oh wow, I didn't realize that when we first played this. I was not paying enough attention, but that's a really cool thing that it did. As when you take it, it activated the fountain, so it kind of almost indicates that these two things are connected. Very impressive. Oh, operate. I say that and then nothing happened. Okay, there we go. And it also says, yeah, you can fill the watering can at any of the sinks in the house, which I also really appreciate. Water. I'm not writing any of these down, so I'm hoping other people will remember. Does is there some kind of Windows Paint program that comes standard with Windows anymore? Because if there is, then I don't feel like I feel like it's hidden. Okay. Examine the book. So we've read all this stuff before, and I did get through part of this myself. Red of liquid, heat of flame, give a drop to become quite tame. We can turn the pages. Blossom green of sweet GG, add to red, and heat up thee. Give a drop to girl soon dead, blossom drop will raise her head. Secret lab just over there, right behind the case of bear. Okay. Hallway. Mirror hallway. Fireplace room. Oh wow, you can light the fireplace. I didn't realize that. Okay, so you can open the book of matches. See, this is the type of thing where if it didn't do anything immediate, I would get scared to keep it that way because I would think it's doing something irreversible. But it says here I can do it and it's only for show. I'm interested to see how the lighting affects with the fireplace. If the inside of this fireplace is going to change color to reflect the fact that it's being lit. So let's take a look. Oh, see, there we go. It does. That's lovely. Really nice. Really nice. And very selective. I mean, there's no light spilling out on the carpet, which I would have appreciated, but I know that would have taken more resources. Fire. Oh, it only came out. So this game only came out for DOS. Paint is still alive. That's fantastic. Oh wow. Okay, so Bilkin says in Windows 10, which I do have, if you search for Paint in the Start menu, you will find Paint. Maybe we can do an art stream where I just play around with Windows Paint, because I have not touched it. I've not touched a Paint program from Windows in years. It'd be interesting to see what the differences are. Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah. So yeah, in King says 1, Graham can fill the bucket with water, pretty much any body of water, not just the well. Eating way it says. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think that's really really cool. Okay, so entrance. Okay, this is hallway. Central southern box. Central southern box. Entrance hall. Okay. Now we go upstairs, northeastern. Okay. During this time, you may or might not hear a loud scream in the distance. If you do, select open and click on the southwestern door here in this hallway. Did we hear a scream? I didn't notice anything. Yeah, I respect. You know what? I'm gonna actually load fire because I don't remember seeing a scream, but I want to make sure that we didn't miss anything. Any scream? No scream. Okay. Hallway upstairs. If you do not hear a scream, select open and click on the northwestern door. Oh. Okay. Here, then go. Okay. If you do not hear, go to northwestern, then click go. Click on this. Okay. Wonderful. Oh no, I'm glad you didn't get a sound. I don't think I would get a sound, but I think there would have been like a text for some of this. So open this, take box, and I got $1. I don't see how I have 0 of $2. Excuse me. Yeah, this is it's funny because I guess this screen is stretched because usually, yeah, I'm just realizing that on a traditional monitor for the time that would have been much more square. Oh, very nice. I mentioned paint drawing of Brontosaurus having breakfast. Well, I'm kind of scared because I don't have $2 now, but the walkthrough says I should. Oof. It's fine. Okay. Wow. Northeastern door. Homestar Runner. Yeah, I fondly remember Homestar Runner. Of course, then there's the inimitable Peasant's Quest. Painting room. Alright. Operate. Actually, I should look. This one's the almost dead plant? Yes, that's the one I need. Okay. 6 screens for it to fully blossom. Oh, it's nice when the screens is the passage of time. I know a lot of adventure games did that. It's just find a $2 bill. I'm kind of. Oh, now I have 2. I should have 3, but I don't. Okay, wait. Let me just. Why don't I have? Where's the number 1? It's funny you don't get $1 for finding the book of matches. Oh, walkthroughs. Oh, I didn't take the key in the kitchen. Okay. I need a key in the kitchen. Luckily, this game is a little bit easier to navigate. I say that now as someone who sucks at navigating any of this. Okay, here it is. That's right, there's a key here. There's my $3. Save. Yeah, it's not gonna count. I love in adventure games when we have something we can just fill with water. Um, I I don't know. I don't think it's too much of a spoiler to say that you might be able to do that in the Crimson Diamond as well. Maybe perhaps possibly in the most recent version of the demo you might be able to do something similar as well. Okay. Upstairs hallway. And I always want to have it full because I feel like as adventure game people we just want to have as many things at our disposal as possible. Painting room, Hallway upstairs. Okay. Operate this. Okay, perfect. So I need this key on this. Okay. $4. Perfect. Okay, we're well in line. Open door. Go. Okay. This game spot. Oh look, and here is a lit. It's already lit. That isn't really. It's a nice effect, and it's something like this where you've got this picture, um, framed that's got yellow in it. I don't even think that's something that's particularly important, but it's just there for accent. It's kind of interesting. Why can't I open that? Oh, okay. Whoa. Okay, if you did not hear a loud scream earlier, you will see a beautiful girl bathing here. Oh, you don't. Oh, see, this is interesting because we never saw her before. Lady. What happens if we try talking to her? Can we examine her? It's not okay. Sure. In the Crimson Diamond demo, if you go upstairs to the ensuite bathroom at a particular time, you can see Margot in a bath. So that's kind of nice. Try and water Jack to see if it helps him grow hair like he's a chia pet. One of those horror movies. Let's talk to her. Hello. Yes, exactly, Marcimus. Maybe if we were younger, that is what Nancy says. Because she's like, well, we wouldn't. The water level you filled it up at right now, and if I was to get into the tub too, the water would spill out onto the floor. So Nancy is very practical. Hello, lady. Hello? Get out. Oh, interesting. I probably wasn't supposed to talk to her. Let's load it. Funnily enough, we're not supposed to talk to her, but we're supposed to just take her towel. Like, that's acceptable. Please leave now. Well, now that we know the time only passes when we change screens, so everything it's unlike Elden Ring again. Everything is paused all the time. Oh, take the towel. 5 out of $13. Okay, southern box. Exit. Oh, this is EGA 640 by 350. That's really interesting, Sakanakao. I had no idea that it was like. Because Crimson Diamond is 320 by 200. So 640 by 350 is like cinematic. That's kind of awesome. We didn't go here, did we? No, we didn't. It didn't tell us to. Okay. Attic. Southern. Hallway. Oh, now we can go to the GG flower. Okay. I don't know why these doors keep closing themselves, though. Is that supposed to be creepy? In the Crimson Diamond, when you open or close a door, it stays open or closed unless some character has gone in or out of a room and opened it. That's what I tried to do. I made lots of doors in the house because I figured rooms should have doors, but it was a lot more trouble than I would have liked. But it's still, I think it was important. Okay, so. Take flower. What? What can I not take? Gimme. Look, examine. Yeah. Take. Oh, I already took one. Okay. Iggy. Oh, okay. 600 by 350 would have been displayed 4 by 3. Okay, so they would have stretched them. Okay, Sakanakao, gotcha. Okay. Understood. SimCity 1989 used 640 by 350 16 colors. I played the EGA version of SimCity. That was the first one I played. Okay, that explains the square doors would have been far stretched originally. Okay, I got it. Yeah, so that's why it kind of is a bit, squat looking, game-wise. Interesting. Okay. Before we leave, we can do some cleaning. We Oh, interesting. Okay, we can covered with cobwebs and dust. We can operate the towel on the painting. What? What? Nothing happened? I would never use a towel on a painting, first of all. That's odd. But okay. Take. I really like the selective color in this game because yeah, I mean you could tell immediately that's something you would want. Um, take the book, select it, and open it by selecting open. Interesting. Okay, and now I can examine the book to read it. Many spells, hocus pocus nonsense. Okay. Okay, second paragraph from the bottom contains some sort of riddle. Code for girl you must save mirror image of the grave. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, second EGA track. Someone recently tweeted a screenshot of EGA track, and that's another one I do remember from back in the day. I don't think I ever got anywhere with it because I think it seemed really complicated to me at the time. But yes, EGA track. I love the fact it was called EGA track. Deluxe talks. The deluxe talks. Have a good night. It's wonderful to see you, of course, and hopefully, if we're streaming next week, see you next week. Well, I won't be there, but if Dan's streaming next week, hope he sees you next week. But this is great. Yeah, it's such a of course, a trope to have a safe or a hidden compartment behind a painting. Safe. I do enjoy it though. I love all that stuff. Go. Hall upstairs. Entrance hall. Okay. Western box. Room of war. Western. Eastern. Okay, take eyedropper. Wow. Okay. So far, so good. And I've heard people have finished this game without very many hints at all, if any, and I can kind of see it. This is a pretty fair game so far. Although, I don't know, the towel on the painting I still don't think I'd ever do. Hmm. This might be one of my favorite rooms just because of so much going on. Of course, I love a wallpaper, especially when you have two versions of it, one that's the darker version and one that's the lighter version. Bookshelves, great, fantastic. A lot going on here. Texture. What if someone looks behind a waterfall to reveal a painting? Or like the waterfall is locked and you need to like put a newspaper underneath the waterfall and then push something like a hairpin through the lock to get the key that's inevitably stuck in the waterfall. Study. Recalling bookmark. Okay, open the bookcase. Okay, great. Great. I like how this is part one as well, like in bright red in this bottom right hand corner. Okay. Okay, now we can light this. We can light. I love also that this game does not have a finite amount of matches because that sounds like something that game developers would do back at this time. And I love this. Yeah, I love that limited animation and the light illuminating the bottom of this test tube. The Spoo book, yeah, Hisagana on the bookshelf. I really love when in pixel art they manage to squeeze actual words onto things, even if they're really tiny. Yes, the old newspaper under the waterfall trope, a classic. Yep, all these things, and certain inventory items seem to be staples in adventure games, like a lantern and rope. Okay, so let's see. Done. Click opera and dropper. Dropper, use it on test tube. Right. This is something I guessed myself because of the spell book, which is kind of super helpful. I love how that does update to a full eyedropper. Okay. Leave. During this time, you may hear a barking dog in the distance. What I really like that there are some events that are kind of random. So we did not experience hearing the girl scream upstairs, and we haven't heard a dog bark yet either. So it's kind of interesting. Dog. Yeah, there's also no way to make the matches soggy and have no way to dry them out, a la Hugo 2, says Judge Khan. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I sometimes wonder what was going on in the heads of developers who were doing stuff like that. I sometimes I understand soft locking because sometimes maybe as a if you designed the game you might have like overlooked something or forgot that something that you needed from a previous chapter that's now inaccessible you now require in a later chapter. I can understand that as just a design oversight, but when you do stuff like that where you can drop the matches in the water just so happens and you can't do anything about that, like I don't really understand why anyone thought that was a good idea. I understand, walking into a river causes you to drown. I get that. Even, walking off a staircase, I kind of get that too. But yeah, that some of that stuff seems pretty unfair. Edenwaith asks, "Is there even much music in this game?" There are about just like Personal Nightmare. There's about 3 sounds in this, I'd say, and none of them are good. So you're not really missing much. And one of the times I was playing through this, I had my MIDI music on still, and the clash of tone and mood was not working for people, so I decided just to go without. Okay, no barking dog. Okay. Path. Let's take the path to the east. Shack, let's go inside. Dark figure. Why, hello there, creepy hooded guy wielding axe. We're calling from bookmark 1. Red of liquid, heat of flame, give a drop to become quite tame. Let's use the red liquid to tame this dark figure. That doesn't sound like something that would work. Hooded figure lies in sleep, as you view is unobstructed by the inside of the quaint little shack. Well, that's interesting. I certainly was not expecting. I don't think of taming humans too much. I thought this was for the dog. Okay, let's take his axe. Interesting. Oops. No? What's interesting to me is that the axe is not interesting, but we can take it, which I feel like is not something that should be done. But I like how it's a completely different graphic and it's in color and it's got a shine on it. Save. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Jetcon, he's gone from a terrifying grim reaper to a large gentleman in a hoodie. He looks really cozy. He does look like he's wearing like sweatpants and a hoodie. Okay, now we leave. Okay. North. Oh, wait. Let's click to the path on the north. Shack, go south. That's not right. North? North. Okay, this was my favorite screen in the game so far. Is the beautiful cyan and the light here that this halo. It kind of reminds me of the nighttime camping scene we did with the fishermen and stuff, where you got this halo of light and the light coming off. Like this, the way the light's picking out the dog and the tree here. I really like this. This might be my favorite so far. And compositionally, it's really nice. I think we discussed this. Okay. Caretaker digging a hole. Oh wow, we have to steal his lantern. See what I was saying about staple inventory items in adventure games? Lantern. Lantern. Take. Why try to take my lantern? Okay, well he doesn't like that. Okay. We need that shovel. Now we want a shovel. Well, we're terrible. Wow. Okay, if you try to take it from the caretaker, he'll try to push us into that hole that he recently dug. So why don't we try that and see if we get one of those terrible sounds that this game has? Yeah. Did you guys hear that? Yes, get lamp, all adventure games. Lantern, rope, rubber chicken, the usual. And I like this the point of view with this, and the light cast from his fire thing is now casting a shadow of the shovel. But if you guys didn't hear that, I can turn that up, but it's not really worth it. It went bum bum ba bum bum ba bum 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 bum. Yes, I'll play again. Load. Okay. So we're going to try to take his lantern, which he's not going to like. Okay. I will say probably the weakest part of the art is probably the figures, but people are really hard to draw. El Capitan Wes! Good to see you. Welcome to stream. El Capitan West says, oh sweet, I finally caught one of your streams. Thank you. Yeah, we did some art earlier, and now we are consulting a walkthrough to go through last half of Darkness. I kind of been playing through it a bit without a walkthrough, wandering around trying things for three playthroughs, and then I figure I want to just finish it, experience it, and then move on to something else. Oh cool, you follow me on Twitter. Welcome, welcome. Oh, you didn't hear anything? Okay, well, I can turn that up. Desktop audio. Next time, you know what? Why don't we do that again? Because I can do the same thing, and then you can tell me if you hear it this time. Okay, so try to take the shovel. Oh, Gomon Summer says, hey, I just shared some Reed Crandall art that uses a palette that reminds me of this game. Ah, awesome. Okay, you heard it? Fantastic. That's the only sound I have heard in the game since we started. Yes, I would like to play again. Woohoo. Was it all that you were imagining? Lantern. Okay, take lantern again. This poor man. This is super rude though, I get it. Okay. What? What? Okay, this escalated pretty quickly. Okay. We're gonna chop off his head with the axe that we have. Yeah, the shot from inside the hole was cool, Gomon-sama. Yeah, I know, Mouse Miss, I know. Like, we're the rude one here, right? I don't feel good about this at all. Your efforts seemed successful. Your efforts seemed successful. As your axe, now it's your axe, you took it from another guy. As your axe beheaded the caretaker. The dog picks up the severed head and runs off into the distance. Is he a demon or something? Do we get any justification? No. Fact of mine, Mike says that in Australia, when you visit your dead aunt's house, you always remove the gardener's head. Like, it's rude. It's rude not to. This is the custom. Oh wow, Sklo, you beat an early demo version of this in 1989. How did you get your hands on an early demo version of this? Yeah, Judge Con, I actually kind of like this description. It's super weird. Your efforts seemed successful as your axe beheaded the caretaker. The dog picks up the severed head and runs off into the distance. Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay. Now that his head is gone, it is still not safe to take the shovel. How is it not safe? I'm gonna try because I want to see that. How could it not be? It says it's not. How is it not safe? We got it. But apparently it's not safe, so we're gonna restore it. And we get to do that again. Lantern. The walkthrough says I have to do something else before I do that. So you're in for a treat. Can I chop off his arm? Nope. Okay. Oh, El Capitan West says, I'm also working on a retro horror game, so your game is huge inspiration. Thank you. Also, I hope this game can be a huge inspiration as well, because this is a pretty retro horror game. Yeah, it reads like one of those just before thanks for playing descriptions, Maximus says. It reminds me of the description in Personal Nightmare at the very end when we throw holy water on the devil and we win the game, and it just says okay. It doesn't even give us any kind of description about how the devil screamed and his skin sizzled and flamed and the smell of ash filled the air and something. No, I just said okay. Oh, wow. Farkin One Mike says, my copy of Last Half came in a bundle with Hugo 1 and 2 and a few other games. What the heck is this? So instead we're going to walk away. Okay, select. Okay. Go. It says the headless caretaker gave us his shovel. Very briefly. Okay. And he just walked away. Okay. Sure. I'm gonna stop saying okay, but that's... Okay. There's nothing in interest... There's nothing of interest... There's a guest house, but we don't need to go there. Okay, northeast. Grave of your late aunt. Read her headstone. Cool. I kind of am bothered that a headstone that's been engraved would spell through THRU. It seems kind of casual. Grave. Yeah. Oh, it feels like maybe I've been accidentally double clicking the mouse. It's true. It's very, very, very possible. It could be a DOS glitch, but it could just be my ham hands. Judge Con, have a great night or great day. You'll catch the end of this one on rerun. Yeah, thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. Yes, thank you. Thank you for your conversation as well. Okay, save the game as Grave. Okay. Okay, of course now this would come as no surprise considering what we've just done. We're going to dig up this grave. Operate shovel. We're going to get our 10th dollar. Yay. Open the box. Open box. Can we examine the box? The open grave reveals a closed box. I like that sentence too. Open. Ooh. Yeah, I think there's some double clicking weirdly happening. I think it might be a speed thing. Old bone. Take. So yeah, I think sometimes I am accidentally doing that. This game is just Monopoly with extra steps. Okay, got the bone. I feel pretty good about this. South. Click on the southwestern box. Cemetery, go southern box. Path, southern box. Southern box. Okay. Back in house. Oops, wrong place. Mirror room. I still haven't heard a barking dog as far as I can see. Northern. Doors keep closing. I don't know, maybe that's supposed to be scary. Okay. Monopoly is just Monopoly with extra steps. Yeah, I think everyone had Monopoly as a kid, but I don't think it was it anyone's favorite game. I liked Payday a lot because the illustration on was so much fun on that game. Of course, who didn't like the pewter figures or whatever they were made of? Lead? Were they lead figures in Monopoly? But it seems like the longevity of that game and the success of that game, to me anyway, is really out of proportion with how good it is as a game. Maximus always lost at Monopoly. Yeah, Clue or Cluedo as it's called. Yeah, of course I'm a big fan of Clue or Cluedo. Super inspired by it. Go to Northern. Okay. Save. I'll save on top of Gigi. Oh, Gig. Operate flower. Here. Liquid turns green. Operate this on here. Green liquid. Lovely. Lovely. I love that. Okay. Code for girl you must save mirror image of grave. Evarg. Operate the... Oh, so we finally get to do the PC. Oh, in fact, on my mic says, when I played this, I hadn't played Deja Vu or any of the other games that use the same navigation style with the boxes, so that felt weird and innovative to me when I played this. I think it's cool too. I like having clear exits. That's something that is a bit of a design challenge when it comes to adventure games. Is having that be clear without it being looking artificial. And this is a nice solution. I don't mind this at all. I'm really excited about this computer because we haven't done this. Evarg. Potions spill, mixtures leak. Save the girl or future's bleak. Girl so far and yet so near. Say these words to go over there. Habacus oyeka misto. Remembering these words. Okay, I'm sure gonna remember that. Okay. Okay. Nursery. Uh-oh. If you have done everything correctly, you will not see two little girls in here playing patty cake. If you do, you will have to load a previous save because they will kill you. Walk around a couple screens until they disappear. Okay. Great. Gig. So I'm going to have to redo some of this stuff again. And then I'll save it because I didn't realize that the chances thing. I'm not a huge fan of random stuff happening. So... Oops. Okay. Save. Do you know why the password is evarg? Oh, yeah, fact on my mic, it said somewhere that I can't remember now that, yeah, it said that was the case. Oh, yes, there was a book in the behind the safe. I mean, behind the painting, there was that safe, and there was a book, and in the book it said so. Yeah. Okay. So I have to walk around a bit to kill time. Something, oh, you know what? Something that actually did, that was kind of disorienting for me, and I just realized it now. This is, I can't fully blame myself for my poor sense of direction. But when you go east here to enter the lab, um, to get out of the lab, you're not going west, you're going south. So that is weird. So it's not just me. Oh yeah, fact of mine, Mike, you had to use a towel on the safe to clean it. I mean, a towel on the painting over the bed in the same room as the Gigi flower to clean the painting, which is weird. But yeah, so let's see if the girls are still there. Okay, so they're not. Good. So let's save. No girls. Okay. Northern box. Okay. Oh, good. We have the axe now. So these boards do look suspicious here. Someone's trying to hide something. Complete wardrobe of a small child. A pair of child's shoes. Operate. Axe. I wonder if you could operate the shovel on this. Nope. Ooh, okay, so there's a gaping hole. Oh, no problem. So yeah, fractal mind Mike, you jogged your memory about the towel on the safe and the book and the password. Okay, northern. Nice. Oh wow, look at the change of color palette. Oh, is this almost done? Yes, it is. Oh my gosh, so we're almost done, you guys. This is perfect. Okay. So I'm gonna save. Ooh. Fantastic. I didn't know if I could finish this all tonight. On the slab lies a dead girl. Northern box. Go. Dead girl. We can't look at her. That's interesting. Okay. On the slab, okay, lifeless body blocking the passage deep within. Gap is too wide for us to jump, so recall the message from the computer. Say, okay. So we have to say the thing we're supposed to say, and I wonder, is this like Spanish? Habacus oyeka misto. Habacus oyeka misto. We get our $12th. Huh. She put a flower grew. I like how sometimes, yeah, there's a change in the graphics of the scene. And that's something that's only really noticeable if the graphics are like simple and the colors are really limited, I think. It can be noticeable otherwise when things are more complicated and colorful, but this makes it stand out more, which is kind of nice. Okay, slab girl room. Okay. A plank, thus allowing you to get closer. A plank forms. Oh yeah, so that's. I didn't actually notice that because I haven't. Select go. Click the northern exit map. Oh, she's cute. I was trying to say gorgeous and beautiful at the same time, and it came out as beautiful. Girl awaits your rescue. As an obvious unknown substance has kidnapped and placed her here for reasons unknown. Okay. Someone has kidnapped. Okay. This she cannot be awoken by a kiss, but rather, if you recall, give drop of girl soon dead blossom will raise her head. Operate the dropper with green liquid. Use it on the girl's lips. Can I look at her? I can't look at her. That's really interesting. Speak to her? Hi. She can't hear me. It's interesting because we never used any talking. We never spoke to anyone. We never hid anything. I don't know why they're here. Okay. So. Save. Lady. This is it, guys. Operate. Eerie ambience. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Fractal Mind Mike. What if I put it on her eye? Ah, thank you. Oh, she has the... Okay. So, okay, I leave you to you my fortune and home for the life you saved and your very own. A lot? Oh my gosh, my aunt just didn't spell a lot properly. I guess I'll read this. The girl opens the locked box and reads the letter inside. I leave to you my fortune and home, for the life you saved and your very own. Although it's a lot indeed, if you wish to spend it, I suggest you leave. The girl looks in horror as the plank vanishes. She quickly grabs your hand and pulls you through a stone doorway. Is that supposed to happen? Ooh. Oh. So that was the first half of the last half of darkness. Is that the case? Yes, eating with the goal of this game is to make $12. Yeah, okay. Um a winner is me again. Part 2. Uh, uh excuse me. Does anyone know third quarter of darkness, excuse me. Is last half of darkness 2? Is that part 2 of this game or is that a completely other game? I feel unresolved. Um Okay, this is the ending I was supposed to get, but is last is last half of darkness 2 the second part of this or is it completely a new game? Do I have to register with SoftLab Software Laboratories to get the second part? Okay, the second game after this one is called The Last Half of Darkness 2. Okay, after this game, but where's part 2 of this game? Does anyone is is part 2 of this game Last Half of Darkness 2? That's the only thing I want to know. Okay. The last is Tonda. Good to see you. The last is Half of Darkness. The for real last half. As for okay, so oh man, for real. First of all, shouting out to Tonda Gaza. Great to see you, Tonda. Tonda's amazing retro, like not retro, game streamer, um, and fellow artist illustrator. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah. So I just finished this Let's Play of Last Half of Darkness, not realizing that it's not the whole game. I was hoping to go to Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade EGA version, but we might have to play the second half of this. Is it EGA? I'll take a look. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you guys just the opening of Indiana Jones and Last Crusade in EGA, and then we'll call it. So let's see. Getting onto my DOSBox mount. Let's see what I had here. It's not a GOG game. I have this in VGA, mark my words, as a GOG game. Oh, did I do my backslashes wrong? No, wait. Are these the wrong backslashes? Are they supposed to be forward slashes? Unmount. I'm just going to restart. I forgot how to unmount. It's fine. Okay, wait. I'm going to restart DOSBox because I forget how to unmount. I'm just going to do this. Okay. Okay. Oops. Games. Oh, see, Indiana Jones was drawn in VGA and demade into EGA, you wonder. Mount U to unmount. Anyway, I just restarted. Indy 3. What? C. Oh, dir. Oh. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, I feel so cheated because I feel like I have to play the second half of Last Half of Darkness. It's so pretty. I'll move the cursor off, sorry. Here we go. Look how beautiful this is! We might get to this next. I might not. I might skip second half of last half. Really, there are 3 last halves of darkness, so that's like 1.5 half of darkness. Look how nice this is. I've never seen this before. I've never even watched a Let's Play. Yeah, exactly. Royal Canadian Museum. Yeah, this reminds me very strongly. Look at him. Look at him. I'm so fond of it. Oh, well we actually... Oh, that's it? Remember to translate the parchment for Brody. Oh, sure, okay. That's fine. It just starts like that. Okay. Wow, I've got some... I like how they suddenly use gray to signal 5 o'clock shadow on Indy's chin. Okay, I don't even know how to get out of this, though. How do I get out of that? Escape? I'm... Oh no, this is, Right, this is copy protection, which I do have the manual for because I do have the GOG version. Hey, I never saw this translation before. This must be copy protection. Yes. It is copy protection. Manual out. Yeah, I do have it, but anyway, we're not going to play this tonight. I just wanted to show you guys the opening because I love the fact that it's EGA. I do have the manual, never fear. I do have the GOG version, although it is VGA. But if the last half of Darkness 2 is in EGA, we might play that before this, but I feel like it's not. In which case, we might just go to this anyway. Not next week, but in 2 weeks' time. So, Control Tab. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, we finished another game. I feel super happy and accomplished, and even though we cheated the whole way through, so I shouldn't feel accomplished, but I do, because this is almost, the stream has been useful for a number of reasons, and now it's an additional reason that I can kind of experience games that I haven't done, like played before, and get inspired and get ideas and notice the way they do their EGA art, all kinds of stuff. And so I'm glad that we can do that together as well. Yes. So next week, like I said, I'm not going to be here. Dan may be, so I'll let you guys know when we know that for sure. But yeah, thank you again for coming tonight. Now is the time of the night that's the hardest, which is I have to find someone to raid. Have a wonderful night. Have a great rest of your week. As usual, this is so much fun to do. I loved all our little conversations about anime and other games and whatever else we talked about in all these hours. It kind of does go by really quickly. Okay. Go home and tell me, yes, thank you. And yes, keep posting art inspirations because they're awesome. I am going to... yeah, my cursor is stuck in DOSBox. Get out. Where's my cursor? Make it leave. Uh-oh. How do I get my cursor out of DOSBox? Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Okay, never mind. I figured it out. Okay. I'm going to go on to onto Twitch. Anyone have any suggestions? The first thing we always look for when rating is we look for anyone playing the Crimson Diamond. It has not happened yet. You never know. One day. And how awesome will that be? Eating with, have a great night. Yes, it's not just playing games, it's also research. And thank you for letting me do that. Oh, Taco Adventure is playing Leisure Suit Larry 2. Some small streamer playing King's Quest 4, Miyamaze. Yes, Alt Tab, yes, even with I got it. Yes. I managed to figure it out kind of on my own. Which I can't say for most of Personal Nightmare. I mean, either Personal Nightmare or Last Half of Darkness, rampant cheating. Let's look for the Crimson Diamond. How excited will it be when someone is playing it? Nope. No one playing. Okay. Next, we look up Colonel's Bequest. Colonel's Bequest. Oh wait, no, that's not right. What? Someone looks like they're playing it, but their screenshot does not indicate that, so I don't think that's going to be the way we're going to go. But Taco Adventure is playing, you said. Okay, let's see who else I have. Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Bayonetta. Leisure Suit Larry 2 might be the best. We haven't rated Taco Adventure in a while. So let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, so. Where is me? Ray Taco Adventure. Where's my channel? Okay. We're gonna do that, and then we're out, and then yes, have a good week. And a happy Crimson Tuesday. Of course. Okay. So raid Taco Adventure. Taco Adventure. Oh yes, happy International Women's Day. Yes. Indeed, indeed. See you in 2 weeks, everybody. My interface is really chugging. I don't know what's going on. Okay, we're gonna looks like we're all here rating now. Yes. See you there. Oh my gosh, why does this take forever? Okay. Oh my gosh.